Hey there, I'm Charlotte, the Gulf Coast Granny, and this is Poppy. Say hello, Poppy.
Hello, Poppy.
Anyhow, tonight Poppy and I are going to talk about chickens. And our first adventure with chickens was 9 years ago. Wasn't it about 9 years ago?
At least.
I think it was 9. Violet was in second grade. She just finished 11th. So anyhow, we got these little baby chickens because I decided that one of these days I might want to be a homesteader
Or a farmer.
or a farmer of some sort. I don't know, something. So we had moved to the armpit of Florida, and I was lonely. We lived in a neighborhood where nobody would talk to anybody, and Poppy was working all hours of the day and night. He probably did 15 to 18-hour days. And so all I had was the kids. One was in second grade and the other one was just barely toddling around. And so we went and bought me some chickens.
I think because you were bored.
I was really bored. But Poppy built me a really cute little brooder for the chickens, and they lived in that until they got big enough to go outside. Hey, DJ. And then he built me the most beautiful coop, and it was kind of like an island blue with white sides, and he built the door from scratch, and it was beautiful. And the chickens were about 2.5 months old, and I walked out one morning to feed them, and two dogs in the neighborhood had gotten into my chicken coop and chewed their way into the chicken coop. They were bloody. Their whole mouth was all bloody. And I thought it was from eating my chickens, but come to find out it was from chewing through the chicken wire to get into the coop. And I was devastated. I mean, and those stupid dogs were smart enough to get in the coop, but not smart enough to get out.
No.
So when I walked out there, I thought I was hallucinating because I'm looking for my chickens and I see these two dogs. And then it dawned on me very, very slowly, oh my God, where are my chickens? And I did find one of them, and it was injured beyond belief. We tried to bring it back, but we failed miserably. And that one passed away too. And so we built a bigger and stronger coop. And now anytime we build a chicken coop, we use hardware cloth instead of chicken wire, because a dog is not going to chew his way through 1/2-inch hardware cloth. Hey, Snodgrass Snod, how are you doing down under? So,
and also on the bottom, all the way around on the bottom, we used paneling.
We did. We used corrugated paneling around the bottom of the coop too, because we thought it would be safer, and it was. It was safer for our chickens because Poppy went and got me a whole new flock of chickens, and I think there were at the end, I think we had about 18 of them at the end. But at that point, it was maybe 10 or so little baby chickens. And I raised them, and they were my buddies. And I went outside with them every morning. I fed them, I watered them, I talked with them, I had my coffee with them, and they were my friends. And we solved all the world problems by about 8 o'clock in the morning and told nobody. So we lived in that place in the armpit of Florida for about 9 months. And I hated it.
Well, you did.
I did. Well, you did too.
I was there about a year before I got to leave.
Okay, that's true. That's true. So anyhow, I hated it there. And I said, I'm going back home to Mississippi. Because we had a house here, but we had renters in it. So we rented a house for the 6 more months it was going to take my renters to leave our house and, their lease to be up.
Oh, you mean wreck our house?
Wreck our house. Yeah. But so we packed up all of our stuff and we moved it over here to Mississippi, including the chickens
Mm-hmm.
and their gorgeous coop that Poppy built, reinforced. And we got home, and within 3 days, my chicken-hating neighbors decided to come tell me that they were not going to allow chickens to live next door to them. And I said, well, you don't have a lot of choice. This is my property. I pay for it. Well, come to find out, at that time, there was a city ordinance that said we were not allowed to have any livestock in this city limits. And they included chickens in that ordinance, even though chickens legally are not considered livestock. They're considered poultry. And there's a difference legally. However, because my neighbors, my chicken-hating neighbors, knew people that we didn't know at the time, because we were still fairly new in this town.
Oh, you mean brown nose and buttholes?
Can you be quiet?
I didn't cuss.
That's what they did to make us get rid of our chickens. And the zoning lady came to our house and told us what was going on. And she hated to do it. She told me herself. She said, this is the nicest chicken coop I have seen in all of my years of doing this in this city. And she says, I hate this because it's not like they're dirty, because I cleaned out that chicken coop all the time and put new bedding in it and made sure that it didn't stink. And they had a big enough coop that those chickens could live in there all the time. I wasn't letting them out to walk all over everybody's property. None of that. So I ended up having to rehome those chickens. And I didn't get chickens again until we moved here.
But those chickens had a nice place to go still.
They did have a nice place to go. We rehomed them with one of Wesley's co-workers. And they were happy as they could be over there. And he passed away how long's it been? 5, 6 years, maybe 7. Anyhow, he passed away shortly after I gave him the chickens. But during the time that he had them, he would even bring Wesley chicken eggs from our own chickens to work, and he would bring them home to me. So anyhow, after all that was over with, and I was sitting at my old house, I grew my garden every year, but I was still miserable because I couldn't have my chickens that I wanted so badly. And I even ended up getting some quail, and it wasn't chickens. I ended up getting rabbits. I hated those suckers. I do not like rabbits. Well, let me backtrack a little bit. The ones we have now are little tiny lionhead rabbits, and they're really nice. But the ones we had at our other house were meat rabbits, because I was going to raise rabbits and eat them. And those things are the meanest rabbits I have ever come across in my entire life. They grunted at me all the time. They would thump at me. They'd charge at me. And I hated them. So we chopped their... Never mind. I didn't say that, YouTube.
They liked me.
Well, you should have been the one taking care of them all the time. So anyhow, when we got here to this house, it's been almost 3 years now. One of the first things we did was build a chicken coop and get some chickens, because I knew nobody in this neighborhood would complain about chicken. And I even asked the neighbors, hey, this is my plan. Does anybody have a problem with it? And nobody did. And I even told them, I'll share eggs with you. I don't have a problem with that. Because I figured I was going to get me some eggs. I mean, tons and tons of eggs. I thought I was going to have them coming out my ears. Well,
your chickens are slackers.
Things didn't quite work that way. I bought a breed of chicken that was supposed to be a production breed, which means they usually lay every day, and they lay more eggs than most regular chickens or homestead type chickens or heritage breeds of chickens. They're the kind of chickens that supposedly we chopped their YouTube. Yep, that's what we did. We chopped their YouTube.
They couldn't watch TV anymore.
So what happened was, I get these chickens home, and they're beautiful chickens. They're this beautiful gray feathering, and they all look the same except for one. And I named her Audrey, and the rest of them, I didn't know what their names were, so I just called them the Heathers. And it took 13 months for those chickens to start laying one single egg.
You had to threaten them.
I had already threatened to rehome them. And the weekend that we were about to take them, pack them up, and take them to my daughter's neighbor's house, who decided they would take them, my chickens started laying eggs. And I'm like, they must have heard me plotting against them and decided to go on ahead and start doing what they're supposed to do.
Should have been doing.
Well, they laid eggs. I have 6 chickens out there. And I got 3 to 4 eggs every day for 3 months. And then it kept dropping off and dropping off. And sometimes I'd get 2 eggs. And then the next day I'd get 4. And then the next day I'd get 1. And then the next day I'd get 2. So it started like that for a while. Well, let me tell you something. For the past 3 weeks, I've gotten about 2 to 3 eggs a week, which is not acceptable for 6 chickens. So we're going to rehome this flock of chickens, and we are going to tell whoever decides that they want them to take their chances. If they only want eggs 3 days or 3 months a year, then these are the perfect chickens for you. However, if that is not acceptable, I'm going to give them my blessing to do whatever they want with these chickens, if you know what I mean.
Stu.
Poppy, your subtlety on a score of 1 to 10 is about a -50. Okay? So, anyhow, I ordered new chickens today. And I ordered breeds that I know without a doubt will lay eggs come hell or high water. And I'll tell you what I got in just a second. I'm so tickled I can't hardly stand it.
Maybe we should tell them, hey, Slackers better start.
No, I'm not going to tell them nothing. I done warned them for 2 years. By goodness. No, they don't get any more chances, y'all. They just can't. With the price of eggs the way they are right now, and I don't know how long it's going to stay that way. It might be that way for 2 years. I'm not paying $6 a dozen for eggs. I'm just not doing it. But anyhow, let me tell you what kind of chickens we got, and then I'll talk about that. Okay, I got.
Proceed.
Why are you making all that noise? He can't help himself, can he, y'all?
I'm thirsty.
He can't.
The slave driver had me out in the yard pulling tomatoes.
At 5 o'clock this morning.
Hanging the tomatoes so they'll ripen.
Mm.
And then pulling all the grass out. And then taking the ones that are ripe and cutting them and putting them in bags.
Can you wait and tell that story after I'm finished, please?
Well, you're not done yet.
No, I ain't had a chance to start, mister.
Because you're slow.
So, okay, the first 2 chickens I got are called the rare breed females. Now, I don't know what they're going to send me, but it's a collection of some of the more rare breeds. There's only going to be 2 of them, and I thought a lot of the rare breed chickens have pretty little poofs on top of their head, or they're really not very good layers, and that's okay because they're yard decorations. They're beautiful.
You can't eat decorations?
Well, I know that, but just wait. Those are the 2 that probably, we got a 50-50 chance if they're going to be good layers or not. Now.
Are you talking about the fuzzy feet ones?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And it might even be a grandma. Remember Grandma?
I like Grandma. She was cool.
I know, she was a cool chicken. I had a chicken I named Grandma. Snodgrass said, late thanks, Poppy, for your Christmas display. Sorry, bit off topic. Silkies are fun. Bantams too. Good with baby chickens. Had to water and feed them and lock them up. Foxes.
Oof.
They have foxes that See, we have foxes here too.
Big monster owls
They're
and hawks.
Hawks are our arch nemesis here, Snodgrass. I love my chickens though, and say you're welcome. So now the second two chickens that I got are called California white chickens. These are white egg layers, and they are production chickens. There's no doubt about it. That's what they're for. And this is an old breed that Ideal Poultry has been producing forever. And they're white with black spots on them. And they lay probably close to 320 eggs a year, each bird. Yeah, true story.
Have some omelets.
And to back those up and give them some competition, I got 2 black Australorps. Black Australorps are beautiful, deep, dark black chickens with this oil slick look on their feathers. And it's beautiful, but they lay just as good, if not better than the California white. Then I got a Buff Orpington. And no flock is complete without a Buff Orpington. Now, they usually only lay 3 to 4 days a week, and that's okay. Because I've got 4 chickens already that are going to lay every day, no matter what. I mean, give or take.
Are all these full size or bannies?
They're all full size.
So we won't have like the miniature eggs?
No, we won't have many eggs. And yeah, bannies are great chickens, but I need eggs. And bannies aren't known for laying as well as full-size chickens either.
I remember we had bannies.
So the next 2 that I got are Easter egger chickens. Now these are a mixed breed of chickens that lay a blue to blue-green to olive-green egg. So I'll have 2 eggs, hopefully every day. Usually these particular chickens it takes them longer to start laying eggs. Like the production chickens I was just talking about, some of them will start laying at 16 to 20 weeks old. The Easter eggers will probably take a good 6 to 8 months to start laying. But once they do, they lay at least every other day, at least. I had one once that laid every single day. And I knew that because it was a blue egg and none of the other chickens laid blue eggs. So if I get 2 blue eggs a day, I'll know which ones laid the blue egg. But anyhow, they're good layers. They're just not as good as the Australorp and the California white. They're definite everyday layers. They might go through a short period of a month or so where they're kind of taking it easy. They're molting their feathers and they're not laying. But that all goes away come spring and bam, they take right off again. Now, the next 2 chickens I got are called blue Australorp chickens. Now, I love a gray chicken, and blue is an alternative color for gray in the chicken world. If you see blue something, it's a gray chicken. Well, I've never had a blue Australorp before and never even heard of a blue Australorp. Didn't know there was such a thing. And when I saw it, I said, you know what? I'm taking my chances. I'm going to buy them. Now, if it has the characteristic traits of an Australorp chicken, and it should because that's its name, then it should lay every day, and I shouldn't have any problems, right?
Well, what kind of chickens are our gray girls?
They're called Sapphire Gems, and they're a crossbreed between who knows what, because the website that I bought them from didn't say exactly what chickens, how they made that particular cross. Anyhow, I'm almost done. Quit interrupting me, Poppy.
Wow.
The final 2 chickens that I bought are called Speckled Sussex. And these are absolutely my favorite chickens that I've ever owned in the past. My twins were Mabel and Maggie. And they would climb up in my lap and sit there. They would stick their heads up here against my neck. They were the friendliest chickens. They would follow me all over the yard. Now, of course, they thought I had mealworms in my pocket all the time, and I usually did. But they were such sweet chickens. And I decided to get 2 more. Now, I can't guarantee that they're going to be nice chickens, but I can guarantee that they're going to lay me 4 to 5 eggs a week. So that is a total of 13 chickens. And at first, when I realized I had bought 13 chickens, I got a little nervous, and I'm thinking, oh, that's not good. Maybe that's an unlucky number, because that's what my grandma used to always say. And then I decided, nope, we're going to make 13 our lucky number. I'm going to have 13 chickens in that coop out there. And actually, Poppy has told me that he'll be building me a bigger and better, more improved coop before spring rolls around, hopefully before fall. Well, before the end of fall.
I remember discussing making them a chicken yard where they can walk around and eat and have fun.
No, we're building a bigger coop.
We?
Well,
You have a mouse in your pocket.
No, you're my mouse in my pocket.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is it. I'm going to have 13 new chickens. I'm going to either put these on the Facebook Marketplace or ask around in the neighborhood to see if anybody wants any chickens. I know a neighborhood in particular where people love their chickens and they have lots of them. And hopefully somebody will want to split these up or keep them together. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because they're freeloaders and they eat their own eggs. And they killed my favorite baby chicken that I bought last spring.
Oh, the black one.
Yes, they pecked it to death. So I don't need chickens like that in my life. I need nice chickens that are going to get along with each other, who are not going to eat their eggs, and who will lay some stinking eggs.
And aren't buttholes.
Yeah, because these are mean. I go out there and they jump up all over the food bucket that I take out there. They're always in my face trying to flap me with their wings. They peck my toenails when I y'all, anytime I paint my toenails, if I wear my flip-flops out there, they will try to peck the nail polish off my toenails.
They probably think it's some fruit or veggies or something. And they're
Well, they might, but the dang toenails belong to me.
Or maybe they just like weird worms or something down there.
And maybe they just don't like me. And I've almost come to the conclusion that they just don't like me.
Well, they don't, because they don't peck me. They don't jump up at me. They don't put their arms up on me. They just wait for me to give them food and water.
Well, they think that I'm going to keep taking their bologna. And obviously, with that order of chickens I put in today, I'm not. But I'll tell you this. If anybody's interested in ever buying any chickens through the mail, I highly recommend Ideal Poultry. And I will tell you, I'm not affiliated with them. I don't make any money for saying this. I'm telling you this because I truly, truly have always had good experience with them shipping day-old chicks to me. I very rarely have losses, and it's quite common when chicks are shipped through the mail to lose maybe 10-20% of your chickens. Right now, we're having a heat wave, and it's very, very possible. DJ, you're so funny. You know, it's second nature to me. My flip-flops are kind of part of my feet now. Once in a while, I do remember to wear my Crocs, but they have holes in them too. But anyhow, Ideal Poultry is a wonderful company. They will send you a chick when it's a day old. They overnight it to your post office, and you go the next day. In the morning, your post office calls you and says, hey, your chickens are here. And you say, hot diggity dog, hop in the car and go pick up your chicken. And again, I very rarely have had any losses. Most of my chickens have always been super duper healthy. And do we have any of that nutrient?
I was going to say,
you need to find that, because now I will say these chickens will not be here until August the 3rd. And when they get here August 3rd, the first thing I'm going to do is put Nutri-Drench in their water. This is a vitamin supplement for baby chickens, and it prevents so many things. It gives them an extra boost when they get here, because they haven't had anything to eat the whole time they've been on their road trip. And it helps to hydrate them quicker. It prevents wry neck, and I don't know if y'all know what that is, but wry neck is when your chicken's neck starts turning around like this, and it flops over. And it's a terrible thing to happen to chickens, and sometimes they don't recover from it. But this gives them a fighting chance. Look.
Keep going. There you go.
There. And it's for poultry. It has all kinds of vitamins in it. And it's something I use every time I get baby chicks.
Maybe you should have gave this to the boy. He might be bigger.
Our boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be right. But yeah, I'm very excited. We have plenty of time to get the new coop built.
And brooder.
And a new brooder, because we're going to get a brooder, a smaller area for the chickens to live, so that the big chickens out there don't eat them. And then when they get big enough to defend themselves, hopefully those chickens, the ones we have now, will already be rehomed. But it'll probably be 16 to 20 weeks after August the 3rd before I decide to give the current flock away, just in case they have a few more eggs they want to squeeze out for me.
Now, what if they turn into normal production chickens again? You still gonna?
Yes, I'm still going to get rid of them because I can't depend on them. That's the problem. You have to be able to depend on your chickens to provide.
Maybe they don't like the heat.
They probably don't. But I've had other chickens that have lived in this same climate and still produced all through the summertime, even in a heat wave, even in heat advisories. And there's no excuse for it. So this time around, what did I do? I ordered chickens that I know, other than those 2 lawn ornaments.
Right.
All those chickens I know will perform the way we need them to perform because we've had them before and we know what they do. So what do y'all think of that? Do any of you have chickens? Do any of you want chickens? Do any of you have special breeds of chickens that you enjoy raising because they pay you back for all of your effort? And that's one of the things I love about having chickens. You know, they are pets to me. Okay, my old chickens were pets to me. These are not. The ones I own right now are not pets to me.
Maybe that's why those aren't so good, because you're not nice to them.
I am nice to them. They are not nice to me, so they're not my pets. In fact, let me tell you what I did this weekend. I went to the Winn-Dixie and I bought corn in the cob and I bought a couple of cabbages. And I took those cabbages so far and I've sliced them in half and I froze it in the freezer. And when it gets frozen, I take it out there and give it to the chickens so they can have a cool treat during this nasty, god-awful heat wave we're having. Is anybody else having a heat wave? Hey, Dwayne, how are you, my dear? It's good to see you. It is so hot here. And Poppy, you can tell the rest of your story now, or you can start over with your story. Or do you want me to tell it?
Sure thing, boss.
Which one?
You can tell it.
Well,
you tell better stories than I do.
The only chicken I have is myself. Uh-oh.
That's weird.
You're so funny, DJ. No heat wave in Alberta.
That's good.
You know what? When me and Poppy retire, we might need to go vacation in Alberta.
I want to go to Scotland.
I'm not going to Scotland.
Oh, come on.
I'll go to Alberta.
That's fine.
Snodgrass said, I pulled out the axe, chatted, talked to the girls, and within a week you had eggs.
No.
Well, you know, that's kind of what we did with ours. We didn't show them the weapons. However, we did threaten them quite a few times and had talks with them. And then they would start laying. And then this is the second time that they've slowed down. And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this.
Maybe I should print out a yummy recipe and then
tack it onto
on the inside and take the axe and go tink.
Oh,
to
yeah.
the inside of the coop, and they can look at it and go,
that might be a good idea.
That's us.
The weather in Alberta is similar to the weather in Colorado. Oh, okay. Well, I've never been to Colorado either, but I hear it's nice. I just need to, Poppy and I are going to have to escape this heat one of these days.
Yeah.
But we have the grandbabies here, and we're probably not going anywhere in the wintertime. We'll stay here in the winter, but we'd really like to go somewhere cooler in the summer.
Yeah, like the Arctic.
The Arctic, no, you can have the Arctic. But let me get to my story. Okay, so what happened was this morning. Well, Poppy and I have been talking for the whole week about pulling the garden out, and I think I told everybody that that's what I was going to do last week. Well, that was what Poppy was going to do last week. That was my plan, was to have Poppy pull the garden out. I guess I ought to get my facts straight, right? But anytime I say I'm going to do, y'all just interpret that as Poppy's probably going to be the muscle behind that operation. I'm the brains, he's the muscle. So don't be a chicken run. So this morning, Poppy got up at 5 o'clock this morning because we have had 100-degree days. And in fact, how hot was it in your shop this week?
The hottest day I think was 106.
The hottest day was 106. Can you believe that?
Now that's the index. That's with 60 plus humidity and the temperature, real temperature, like 95.
60 plus. Where are you getting 60 plus from?
For humidity?
Yeah, it's been in the 80s and 90%.
Well, it's plus, ain't it?
Anyhow, so he got up at 5 o'clock this morning, and my son got out of the bed and made pancakes and bacon for everybody for breakfast. At 5 in the morning, y'all. He's 13 years old, and he decided he was going to get up and not wake Dad up until breakfast was done so he could eat and I could eat. And, of course, the boy could eat before we went out there to work. And I fully intended to go out there and work, y'all.
You lie.
Oh, I did. I did intend it.
So you thought about it.
Move your leg. I got to prop my leg up there on it. There. Okay. So Poppy went outside after he finished eating breakfast.
Wait. One other thing you did forget to do and you always forget to do.
What?
Make coffee.
Oh, I didn't forget. You make coffee so much better than I do. And I think that you should be the coffee maker in the family like you have been for the past 20 years.
You're fine in the morning. I want the good stuff in that orange pot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I might be able to do that. I'm making Cuban coffee every now and then in the mocha pot. He don't know how to do that one. I'm the one that knows how to do that.
I'll probably blow it up.
But so anyhow, he got up and he took out all the tomatoes. Well, they still had tomatoes on them. And whenever that happens, what we do is, or he does, is we have an overhang on our shed, and it has rafters coming out. So he'll take the tomatoes and hang them from those rafters upside down so that the green tomatoes on there have time to ripen, but I still am able to use my bed and plant more stuff. Well, this particular season, I'm not going to plant very much at all over the summertime. Not much at all. It's too hot. It's too hot for anything to grow, too hot for anything to pollinate, and it's too hot for me to be out there trying to kill myself to maintain a garden and grow some food.
So it's too hot for you to get out there, but it's okay if I go out there.
Well, I told you to get up early and get it done before the sun come up so that it wouldn't be so hot.
But the amount of stuff you had on my plate was too much to chew at one time.
Well, you can do some in the morning if you want to. So anyhow, he did that. He got all the tomatoes out. He cleaned out all the beans out of that bed. And then he didn't take the cucumbers out yet because Poppy's the kind of gardener that will let something just die before he'll pull it out of the ground. He don't care if it's finished producing or not.
Well, no, there are still cucumbers. There are baby cucumbers, about 8 to 10 of them on those 2 bushes. And that'll give me some more cucumber tomato salad.
It might, but those little baby cucumbers might not have been pollinated, and they're probably going to die and turn to mush, and then we'll have to pull it out anyway.
Why are you jinxing everything?
Just say, because I know what happens in the hot garden. You don't want to listen to me about it. He thinks that if there's one little flower on a plant that there's hope.
Yes.
There's not. Not in these conditions. See, Dwayne said most of America is having a heat wave right now. And it's just going to get worse next week, y'all.
Ow.
It's supposed to be a high of 98 on Wednesday, 100 on Thursday, and then back down to 97 on Friday, apparently.
Or bone or something.
So, if you want to, right. He knows how to interpret that, DJ. And what else did you do today? You weed-eated the yard, or the garden.
Most of it, yeah.
Most of it. And you fed the chickens and the rabbits.
Yep.
And you cleaned out the beds up against the fence.
Mm-hmm.
And
the other bed straight out.
Oh, yeah, the other tomato bed over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's like 5 beds that Puppy cleaned up. And now all I have is dirt in them, or soil, whatever you want to call it. So now it's time for me to add some compost and give it a couple of, well, maybe a month and a half to break down. And then I will start my fall garden. And that's my favorite garden anyway, y'all. I can't wait to plant some greens and some beets and some carrots and all of the things that I love. I love rutabagas. I love cabbage. And you can grow all that stuff in the fall, and it's so much better to me than all the spring. Now, I do love a tomato. But honestly, if push come to shove, I could just as easily go to the farmer's market, buy a bushel of tomatoes, and come home and process them. Get it all done at one time and not have to go through the heartache of growing tomatoes and watching them die on me. Or watching the bugs eat them. Because right now, that's pretty much what my tomato bed was up until this morning. All my tomato beds were nothing but bug parties.
Stink bug heaven.
Stink bug heaven, leaf-footed bugs, and diseases. And that's what happens here. And it always happens at the same time every year between the 2nd and 3rd week of June. So I just, and what didn't help our situation this year was that we had such cold weather in the early spring that I put everything in 3 and 4 weeks late.
And that nasty storm that took out the first whole bunch of flowers.
That happens sometimes too. But here, gardening in the deep South like we are, especially as hot and humid as it gets, it's a risk every year. You're just throwing dice, wondering which one's going to hit and which one's not. Sometimes I get a great crop of tomatoes. In fact, this year I've gotten the most tomatoes I've gotten in 2 years?
Yeah, because the last 2 years have been just bleh.
Yeah, it's been terrible last 2 years. And this year I was real proud of how many tomatoes I got. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
We got that bowl over there. Let me grab it.
If you want to.
Because we filled that thing up like 5 or 6 times.
I know. It was crazy. And some of the tomatoes I had were like this big, y'all. Huge. Big as my face. Some of them not so much. Like we had a lot of them that were this size. Well, that ain't nothing. But it works. Hey, Grumpus, how are you this evening?
Oh, you figure some are this side, but then some of them are that.
Right. And then we got this pretty one here.
And then you got this kind.
And those are Romas. Those are my paste tomatoes. Here's another one. And I got quite a few of those. Now, one of my bushes didn't do very well at all. It had blossom end rot on the bottom here. And almost every single tomato on that one bush perished.
So it got ripped out and thrown away.
Yeah. But the other 3 did just fine and gave me these. But see those yellow spots right there? That's where the stink bugs decided to stick their little stink bug taster into my tomato and suck out some of the insides.
So is that a technical term?
Yes, it is. So, Grumpus, I was telling everybody about my new chickens that I got. Talking about those. They're not here yet. They're not coming till August the 3rd. But I am completely doing away with my old chickens, and I'm getting fresh meat in here.
They're a bunch of slackers.
He said his maters were a joke this year.
Huh. That stinks.
Yeah, that does stink.
Well, remember he had the same storm, and I bet you that's what hosed up his.
Well, I don't know. It must either that or the heat. Either that or the heat. So I did. I got my new chickens will be here August the 3rd. I got exactly what I wanted this time. I didn't have to settle for something that I wasn't sure about. And that is one thing, if anybody here ever wants to buy chickens or have chickens, do your research. If you want eggs, get egg laying chickens. Get the chicken that is known for laying the most eggs. That would be a Rhode Island Red, Barred Rock, Australorp, any production hen like a Black Star, Cinnamon Queen, Red Sex Link chickens, and that's their name, Red Sex Link. A Red Sex Link is the same as a Red Star, but each company has their own name for that particular breed. What?
You pushed Jules.
I did push him. He was about to get in my face, and I said no. So, how many butt beers you need for them old yard? What is a butt beer? How many butt beers you need?
Yeah, I'm lost on that.
I don't know what a butt beer is, Grumpus. I would say 29, but I still got hope for your look. Keep your peppers in the ground, Grumpus, because you know, come September, they're going to start producing like crazy.
And yours are already doing good.
Mine are already doing okay. They're not doing good. They're doing okay. But this is typical in my garden. My peppers never really start revving up till September. And then I can't keep up with how many. Hey there, Laura, how are you? It's been so long since I've seen you.
Oh, tell them about that mild pepper that was really, really good.
I've already told them about that. Okay, maybe I didn't. I know I told Grumpus about it, but no, I don't think everybody else knows. Hang on here. Hey, Charlotte Wesley, all using data on my phone, so won't be on long, but you can check. Okay. I'm so glad that you came. Laura, I've been wondering about you. I hope everything's doing fine. In fact, we were just talking about you a couple weeks ago, weren't we, Grumpus? Wondering how she was doing. Yeah, how many times did you watch that video? Crazy. For any of you who were here last week, DJ mentioned a video on TikTok, and this is a total change in subject, okay? But I want to get this out there, y'all. I really do. DJ talked about how he saw a video on TikTok where a woman added milk to her hamburger.
No.
Well, the rest of us who cook on YouTube, what are you doing?
She's holding ice cream, like a big old jug of it.
Look here. Let me see that. Let me see that.
It's cookies and cream.
My daughter's boyfriend went to the store and bought her
a gallon of
cookies and cream ice cream.
And it's lactose free.
Oh, yuck.
I'm lactose intolerant.
When has that ever stopped you?
Okay, I'm telling a story. Now quit it, y'all. I'm telling a story. I've got to vindicate my friend DJ. So all of us cooks on YouTube said, oh, that's not a big deal. We add milk to our hamburger all the time. A couple tablespoons. He said, no, you don't understand. This lady added milk to her hamburger like it was cereal. Like you put cereal in a bowl and then you cover it with milk. I thought he was crazy. I thought there ain't no way that really happened.
Trying to get the freezer closed.
Stop it.
My kid's acting like a fool right now, and I'm doing everything I can in my power to keep from jumping up here and pulling out my mama mojo and making everybody behave.
I'm trying to put my ice cream.
Stop talking. Thank you. So, Grumpus said he'd love that boy too if he brought him ice cream. She did one of them grins that teenagers do.
Look what I found.
Yay. So, let me get back to my story about DJ. And I thought to myself when he told me about this lady and her crazy milk hamburger, there's no way that's really happening. I don't understand. I couldn't see it in my head, you know. Well, the next day, I got a TikTok video on my Instagram. Little link to it in my DMs from DJ. And he said, here's that video I was telling you about. So I clicked on it. And let me tell y'all something. The individual, and I'm not going to name it man or woman. I'm going to say the individual who made up this recipe for these hamburgers. I don't know where that individual, I don't know where that individual learned to cook, but let me tell you what they did. See, I use proper pronoun. They took a bowl, put ground beef in it. They put almost a container of cream, clotted like heavy cream that had chunks in it on top of this.
That sounds gross. Chunky cream?
Let me finish my story. On top of this ground beef. Then, not only did they do this, then they poured about 2 cups of milk into it and started stirring it. And they made ground beef soup.
Blech.
Then put an egg in it, salt, pepper, a couple other things, and then about a cup of flour. Stirred it up and made what looked to me like ground beef pancake. Okay? When I saw what was going in that bowl, it was all I could do to keep from gagging, y'all. I am not even playing. And to vindicate my friend DJ, that's what he said that night he was telling us about it. And we said, no way. How in the world can you gag on hamburgers? Well, DJ, you have my permission to stick that TikTok link right here in this chat so anybody who wants to see it can go click on it and watch it right this minute if they want to. Because I couldn't believe it. And poor DJ felt like a ding-a-ling because everybody was kind of saying, oh, that ain't no big deal. I understand, DJ. I get it, my dear. I get it. I understand why you kind of threw up in your mouth a little bit when you saw it. Because I did too. So, now.
I think somebody out there needs to try to make it, see what it comes out like.
No.
And share the flavor tasting.
I'll tell you what. I will share the TikTok video with you. And as long as I don't have to look at what you're making, I will let you make it.
Okay.
And then y'all can cook. You and the boy can cook it out there on the Blackstone.
You think we're...
My son just hollered from the living room. No, thank you.
Being from the Navy, we had some pretty questionable things every once in a while.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, anyhow, y'all, I am about to put an invite up for whoever wants to come and chat with me. I'm going to end the part of the stream where I'm telling my chicken story, obviously. I think I was pretty thorough with that story.
You think?
Yeah. So for anybody who wants to come on up here and chat with us, I'm going to put a link right in the chat here in a second. See, I've got to look at my computer and do this at the same time. I'm still not good at that, y'all. Still not good at that. Hey, and everybody, I want y'all to be thinking about Terry, our friend. Oh, for the love of Pete. Grumpus, help me out. What is Terry's, no, not Terry's. Madwood Barbecue. Madwood Barbecue. I want y'all to be thinking about him. He's going to be having surgery on the 12th of July. He's been in a whole bunch of pain lately. He's got some medical problems that need some severe attention, immediate attention. Unfortunately, he cannot get the surgery until the 12th, which is only a month away. But you know, when you're in pain, the 12th can't come soon enough,
Okay.
right? Here's my buddy.
Hey,
Hey, Dark DJ.
give me a second.
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Oh,
He forgot his clothes.
he forgot his clothes, y'all. How you doing, my dear?
I'm doing good. So, yeah, guys, I'm not crazy.
No, he's not crazy. Well, maybe you a little bit crazy, but not about that particular subject.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I might be crazy, but not about that disgusting vocal.
Woo,
Thank
that's the
God.
grossest thing I've seen in a long, long time, DJ.
Yeah,
Yuck.
and it looks like the original video got taken down.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I can't find that original video.
Oh, man. Hey, Marcel, how are you doing tonight? Well, that's kind of. Why
What?
don't you go to the DMs in our Instagram chat and see if you can copy and paste it?
That's what I
Oh, you tried to do that already.
do.
Oh, Snodgrass,
So-
thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, oh, bless your heart. I appreciate you so much, my dear. Thank you. Chicken feed and shell grit. That's what he said. Chicken feed and shell grit. Oh, thank you. Chicken money. Thank you so, so much. That was so kind of you, my dear.
The chickens will love him for it.
Go ahead, DJ. I'm listening, babe.
But yeah, I mean, I could have done better in describing that video, but when you're in the moment and it's fresh in your head,
Right?
you're gonna forget some details.
But it's not only that, but in the whole time you were watching it, you were going, How can you concentrate?
Yeah,
You know,
I
it's not
mean,
like you're making a list.
yeah, I'm not like writing down those steps to do it. I mean, it's,
Jules, hi, Jules. How are you doing tonight? It's good to see you.
yeah, it's physically hard to watch that
Oh, it is.
video because, I mean, if you want to put a teaspoon of whatever of milk in your meat, go ahead.
Right. But not a bowl of cereal. We don't need ground beef pancake batter.
Yeah.
That was just
So it was really disturbing to watch.
Oh, it was. It was very, especially when she pulled out that clotted cream and then poured milk and started stirring it. It was like, oh, God. I could not believe it.
You should have sent it to me.
I probably should have, but I didn't. Don't you remember I was hollering in the bedroom? I did. I hollered. I said, oh, my God, what is this person doing? Ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Laura, I am so happy to hear that things are getting better for you.
Hamburger porridge.
That's what it was like. Hamburger
porridge.
Porridge, yeah.
Yeah.
Marcel, this is the video that DJ was telling us about last week, where the woman put milk in her hamburger to make hamburger.
And you guys thought he was full of hockey
And we
puck.
thought he was crazy because all of us put a little bit of milk in our, to bind it together.
I never put milk in my hamburger.
A lot of people do. Yeah.
So I actually sent you the link to the video.
Oh,
So,
good, good.
Here, let's check it out.
so, but
Yeah, he
yeah,
did. He sent you the link. Like, what day did you send it, DJ? Was it like Tuesday?
um,
Monday or Tuesday? In Instagram, I think.
yeah, let me look. Yeah, I said that on Monday
Okay.
with hold
Hey, don't be drunk when you watch it, Marcel. You'll heave.
Well, who in here actually puts milk in their hamburger anyway?
Marcel does. Grumpus does.
That must be a weird Texas thing.
I mean,
I've never seen that done in my entire life.
Look at him trying to insult my audience. You're
I
gotta be grounded.
yeah, I mean solid. I get a couple of teaspoons or even a tablespoon,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but
But not 2 cups.
yeah, I mean a bowl of cereal is what 1 cup,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's basically 2 bowls of cereal
Right.
you're dumping on me.
On your ground beef.
No, after
Yeah,
they fried up these pancakes, what did they do with them? Just
Put them
chow
on
down?
hamburger buns and ate them.
So they weren't even real hamburgers. If they're thin like that.
I don't think they were. Look, Marcel, I'm telling you, the dish that this person on this video made was not something that I would call a hamburger when she was finished with it. It was more like ground beef pancakes. That's how
yeah.
thin the batter was. And it had chunks of ground beef in it.
I
It was
mean,
really scary looking.
just to pull, from a different culture than mine, I understand doing this with potatoes and making latkes
Yes, yes.
because that makes sense.
Sure, because you need that consistency for life,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, but for vocals, no, you don't need that.
That's the truth. DJ, how big's that TV behind you? Because it looks ginormous.
I don't know, like maybe 42, maybe 50 inch.
Good grief. That's a big old TV right there.
Well, I could tell if the TVs I use for my computer are like 42 and they're a bit smaller than that one.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So, but I am looking to upgrade because that TV I have had for approximately the last 12 years.
Oh, wow. It's been a good one then.
Yeah, but it's those speakers are sorry to mess up and
Right.
it takes a while for it to warm up and turn on.
Yeah, that
So,
happens when they start getting older. It's just bound to happen, you know,
yeah.
unfortunately.
You can cheat and bypass the speakers and hook up a sound bar.
I guess he could, but he doesn't want a TV that's going to take a long time to warm up, and
Yeah,
it's
and
probably not near as technologically savvy as you are now. It's behind the times in technology too, isn't it?
yeah,
Probably not a smart TV, so.
no, it's not like
Right.
this. This is your standard hook up a cable box or maybe even a satellite antenna and get a few channels. It's not, oh, let me grab the remote and just go to Netflix. On
Right. Right.
to do that, I have to use my Apple TV to do that. So,
I see. I see.
yeah,
Laura said she gave her 60-inch away, but it was a plasma. I don't blame you.
Well, plasma TVs you
uh,
have to take to the dealer every once in a while and have them worked on, tuned up, topped
I
off.
I wouldn't want a plasma TV. I mean, they were great in the beginning, but I'd rather
yeah,
have an LED. That's what I'd rather have.
yeah,
I mean, the biggest TV we've got in the house apparently belongs to my son. Me and Poppy have a little old 30-something inch in our bedroom, and he's got the what is that, a 50-inch?
40 or 40 something, 50 something.
It's a big 40, small 50-inch TV in the living room, and it has PlayStation on it 24/7. So there's
Well,
that.
It doesn't when he's sleeping.
No, not when he's sleeping, but he don't sleep much.
Kind of like his mom in that respect.
The newer
I
flat
mean,
screens don't heat the rooms up. Oh, I didn't know that, Grumpus.
yeah,
I did not know that.
and
Well,
even though it's a flat screen, it's like that thick. So
Mm. Oh,
it's
so it's one of the old thick models.
yeah, yeah. So it's not like that thin. It's a a good inch of thickness on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
remember that first flat screen we bought in the early 2000s?
Good
Thing weighed
Lord.
about 250 pounds. It was insane. And it was probably about 2 foot thick.
Yeah, it was an old Sony, one of the first Sony flat screens, and I think it was only about 27 or 30 inches.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that thing cost us a mint.
And one of the kids splashed a Coke on it.
Oh, and
Didn't
ruined
tell
it.
a soul. And then when it started acting funky, I took the protective covers off of everything,
Mm-hmm.
and everything down the face of it where Coke had gotten in there, the acid in the Coke had eaten away all the copper and just destroyed it.
We couldn't figure out why it wouldn't turn on anymore until he took it apart, and it's like, well, there's your reason. I was devastated.
yeah. The false flat screen we had was a big box TV on wheels.
Mm-mm. Okay, Grumpus, what's an OLED?
A OLED. It's basically it's LEDs that are smaller but a lot brighter.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't they
so
have cell phones with an OLED screen?
yes, yes,
Okay,
they
okay.
do.
Yeah, and Marcel said she had to buy a new one last year because lightning strike killed the TV that she had last summer. Yeah, DJ knows. Look at that. I could ask DJ any kind of question about electronics, and he'd know that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm knowledgeable in basic consumer electronics.
Mm-hmm. You sure
As
are.
as long as you know actually what's in a supercomputer, then I'm good because I have no idea what's in a supercomputer.
Me either, my dear. Me either. Um, Grumpus, I'm kind of jealous because I would like to get one of those Note 20s, but I got a Note 10. I don't know what was before a Note 20. Was it a Note 19? I don't even know. But my daughter gave me a Note 10 to play with, and where is it? It's somewhere. It should be somewhere.
Behind that computer.
Yeah. It's not even on right now, but this is my other cell phone. And I
Nice.
like it. And in fact, I'm half tempted just to use it to film with, because I put the KineMaster and all the things I use to YouTube. I put it all on this phone and that phone. So and what we were talking about the other night, remember what we were talking about the other night, DJ, with Pia, about using two phones to film with?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to take the time to learn how to do that this week. And part of it's going to be really easy, especially if I just set the phone up for it to film really close to my pots and stuff so I can get close-up views to things. That'll be cool. The only thing
Yeah.
I don't know how to
That
do,
would be nice.
yeah, the only thing I don't know how to do is get film from two different phones into the same video on KineMaster. That's what I need to learn to do.
Which Pia can tell you.
I think what I have to do is download the video on one phone into KineMaster, and then open KineMaster on the other phone and insert the clips that I need into that project.
Well, let me ask you this, just to see if it makes anything simple. Are you logged into the same Google account on both phones?
Yes. So it should be in my Google Pictures on both phones, shouldn't it?
Yes,
In my picture app.
yes.
That's brilliant. It does make a ton of sense. Oh my God, DJ, that was, see, I knew you would have something to add to that conversation.
Well, I mean, I just want to make it simpler for you.
And that does. I just didn't think of that. Good night,
So,
Laura. Good night. I really, really hope that you're able to join us more and more and more.
yeah.
She says she's going to bed. She's been there since the end of February. It's 2 hours different. And it about kills you because of all the people that you watch are in a different time zone. You'll be back again. I hope so, my dear. It's been so nice that you could join us tonight. Take care. I appreciate all y'all so much. I can't even tell you. Look here. I got this in the mail today.
Yeah.
And this is my PIN number to activate my monetization and verify my address. And I couldn't have done this without all of you watching me on these live streams and talking with me and chatting with me. And I just want to tell y'all how much I appreciate it. I mean, I'm not making a whole bunch of money. I mean, maybe $2 a day, $1.10 a day. It fluctuates. But you know what? That's money that can go in one of my envelopes. And maybe one day I can save it for a little bit of land or a new computer or something, anything. I appreciate y'all 1,000%. Y'all are my diehards, Everybody who's in here right now, Jules and Grumpus and DJ and Marcel and Laura and Christina and Dwayne and Terry from Madwood Barbecue, and all of you are my diehards. Let me see. Did I leave anybody? Please let me know if I left anybody out.
Well, Solid,
Here right now.
Well, and Patrick too. I can't forget Patrick. I cannot.
yeah. And I think I could tell you that Note 10 you have, I do think it has OLED display on the
Which
side.
one?
That one.
This one?
Yes, because
Really?
I'm looking on Amazon at the product info,
Hmm.
and it is saying display technology is AM OLED.
Get out of
Now,
Dodge.
now I don't know what the AM is,
Yeah, me either.
but OLED is what we were just talking about. So,
Hmm.
so I
I'm gonna do a here's what I'm gonna do, guys. Watch this. I'm gonna do a test with my phone here. I'm
okay.
gonna go to StreamYard on my Samsung. Oh gosh, there's not a lot of battery in here.
No, it's dang near dead.
It is dang near dead.
All right.
But I'm gonna try it anyway. We'll see how long it lasts. This is really slow. Do you have another charger somewhere where I can plug him in?
No, you're out of plug-ins.
Am I? How much do I got enough for this. Watch this. Let me plug him in. It says mobile data is off. No, well, of course it is. I don't need mobile data. Is that
Yeah.
one or this?
That one's audio.
What?
You just okay. Audio. There you go. Now audio's back on again.
Where's my mobile data? I don't want the Bluetooth on.
See that one there?
Yeah.
That's data.
Well, it's on.
We'll leave it alone.
I don't need it on. I don't have data on this phone.
Okay, leave it off.
I need Wi-Fi. Where's the Wi-Fi?
Just turn it off.
You want
Oh.
to look for network.
For network?
Yes,
Okay.
it would say
StreamYard.
network. Mm,
Okay. What is I don't want it.
Turn it
Here.
on.
I don't need mobile data. There's no mobile data on that phone. There's not even a SIM card in that phone.
I realize that.
What it needs is
It has to be able to
Wi-Fi.
talk to the house. Be able to talk to that.
right. So I don't understand that. You fiddle with it and I'll figure it all out. What is all that nonsense?
It's getting caught up. Just start swiping.
Y'all, I'm not good at this. Rumpus, active matrix organic light emitting diodes. DJ, that's what AMOLED stands for.
Diodes.
okay. So,
Poppy says
Yeah.
they're diodes. Oh. Emitting diodes. I'm sorry.
The colors that come across the diodes, depending on the material they actually manufacture the center of the diode out of.
Yeah.
Marcel, it is very exciting. And I'm not worried about it really getting too much better or too much worse. I mean, it's going to do what it does. People are either they either want to watch it or they don't. I can't hold it. I mean, I can't light a fire under somebody and make them. So it is what it is. And I'm happy with what it is for now. We'll see what happens.
So, Solid,
Yes, my dear.
give me your honest thoughts. What do you think of two-stage video?
A two-stage video?
No, two-stage.
Tuesdays.
Video.
Oh, y'all. Okay, I got to shout DJ out again, y'all. DJ did a video of his top 10 favorite YouTubers, and I got the honor of being his top 3. I'm number 3 out of all 10 of them, and I almost cried, DJ. You almost made me cry. If I hadn't been aggravated with Poppy, I probably would have cried.
Well, what did I do?
But I don't know, something.
Well,
He was breathing. But no, it was a wonderful video. And some of the channels, I went and looked at some of the channels and subscribed to, and they're great channels. And of course, Pia was the top tier. She was the number one, and I expected that.
Yeah.
I didn't know the number two person. Is that a gamer? Because I didn't look for that one.
Solid. I'm gonna let you swallow your drink because number 2 was Gina.
Oh, that's right. It was number four. Never mind. I'm already subscribed to Gina. Yes, you're right. That was Gina. I'm sorry. I was thinking about another one. I assumed it was a gamer because I'd never heard of him before. So
Okay, but yeah, you uh, you definitely know my number 2. Solid.
Oh, Grumpus said it's 1,000 to 1 contrast ratio.
Look at that number again.
100,000 to 1. I'm sorry. What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means.
You know how on some of the older LED TVs it looked grainy?
It looks spotted. You can see all the red, green, and blues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's grainy looking. And now the HIDs, it looks the newer TV.
Okay.
It looks almost like a picture, a glossy 8x10
Yeah,
you're looking at.
yeah.
Yeah, because everything is being shrunk down and everything's getting smaller.
So basically, it's 100,000 dots per 1 inch.
Pretty much.
Okay. Of screen,
Yeah.
or whatever one measurement is.
It's usually 1x1 square.
That's what I was thinking. That's
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's incredible. To be honest,
Well, it's like some of the stuff I work on at work. It's surface mount, and it's tiny.
it is.
Well, our lead bench tech, he just bought a new TV. It is I think it's like a 48 or 52 inch that he hooked up to his microscope, and that's how he's able to see some of the stuff to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing it like a surgeon. He's looking up at this big screen TV and working under the microscope
Mm-hmm.
to be able to repair some of these things.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the more you have in one spot, the better the image quality is. I mean, if you think about it, if you remember watching TV in like the 90s or earlier,
Mm-hmm.
this is like, and I'm just exaggerating, but today's TVs are, a million times better
Oh yeah.
than what we had in the 90s.
Oh sure.
So,
Shoot, that beats what I had in the 70s.
Grumpus said it's a measurement of difference from white to black. DPI is pixel. Excuse me. Is pixel density.
No, my bad.
DPI is. Well, that's very interesting. Of course, it's all kind of over my head. I understand a little bit, especially the DPI. I understand that fine.
yeah,
That the difference between white to black is really interesting to me because it means like there's 99,998 shades of gray.
That's a big book.
yeah.
Is that correct, Grumpus?
I would say if
Mo Dots is better.
Mo Dots is better.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you, like, when I was a child in the early 2000s,
Mhm.
I I had a small portable TV,
Mhm.
and I mean that was the size of most phones. To,
Right. Right.
like,
Well, when I was a kid, DJ,
yeah,
I was born in 1965, and my parents my grandmother bought me my own TV when I was 6 years old to put in my bedroom. It was a 13-inch black and white TV.
How many channels you get? 5?
I got 4 channels, and I had to, if I wanted to change a channel, I had to get up and turn the knob to the channel that I wanted. And that's all they had in little tiny compact televisions back then was black and white. You couldn't get a color TV in a small screen. Now you could get the color TV. In fact, I'm not sure what the measurement of the screen was. I'm going to guess, say about a 19 to 22 inch screen, somewhere around there. But it was
yeah,
set inside of a console,
I remember that.
and it had a stereo on top that used to play records, and they would drop, drop,
mm,
drop. And it had an AM/FM radio in it,
yeah,
and it had 2 speakers on the side of on either side of the TV. And it was stinking amazing. Back in the day, that was cool. My dad said he remembers buying that television, and he thinks he paid about $600 for it.
Shoot, back in the day when I was
Yeah.
little, my grandparents had one of those.
Did they?
yeah. I mean, I could recall my. I could recall being in my great grandparents' house
Uh-huh.
up in North Carolina. They had a color TV, but it was one of those TVs. I don't know what year, but it had dials on it. Like, you actually had to go up and change the
Well,
channel.
yeah.
I was a channel remote changer when I was a kid.
When we were kids, our parents would sit on the sofa, and they would say, hey, get up and turn that to channel 17. And us kids were the remotes for our parents. And we'd go and turn it, and we'd try to do it really fast, and our parents would say, slow down, you're going to tear it up. Because you'd have to go click, 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 click. And we'd go.
There's only 4 or 5 channels you get to watch.
Yeah. Grumpus said 4 channels. Was that with foil on the antenna? I never had to have foil on the antenna.
We had foil on ours.
But I lived in a really big city, and signals were pretty good. Pretty good.
And we used coat hangers and tinfoil to get it.
Now, I did have a coat hanger sticking out of the antenna in my black and white TV. I pulled the top of it out and put a coat hanger in there, and it worked.
So we had 5 channels.
Shut up. I was in a bigger city than you, and I only
I know.
had 4.
Great. Well, because we had Tampa above us, and they
And
were shooting
Sarasota
down.
below you.
Right, so we were in the middle. So
Yeah.
on a good clear night, we had 5. If it was crappy and rainy out, we had 3.
Okay. Well, I pretty much had 4 all the time. And look, DJ, back then, TV went off after the news. No, well, it went off after Saturday Night Live.
You had the nightly news, you had Saturday Night Live, and then went boo, had the test screen on it.
Had the test screen on it till like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Some of the channels, it turned into a polar bear in a snowstorm after they went off.
Yeah, it would get real fuzzy, like black and white fuzzy.
Don't talk to me about that, because I have memories of my cable go out and us rushing to turn off the TV before we heard that. Like,
Oh, you would race to the TV?
just to turn it off so
It's
we
like,
didn't.
turn it off.
Yeah, so we didn't hit that. Well,
hmm
I mean,
I would
that.
spend the night at my grandma's house on the weekend. I
Yeah.
always spent the night over there. And she would always fall asleep with the TV on. Well, of course, I would fall asleep too because after Saturday Night Live, I would usually fall asleep in the middle of Saturday Night Live because I was going to school and I was a tired kid, you know. And I would wake up at like 4 a.m. looking at that screen and it would be going shh.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. So we would turn,
you?
oh, yep, they played the national anthem and stopped transmitting. That's right. They sure did. They sure did.
Yeah.
Somebody would say,
Would
this
you?
concludes our broadcast day.
Mm-hmm.
Would you believe that I never really watched Saturday Night Live at all?
Oh, you haven't lived, DJ.
Well, it depends on which crew he is on. I mean, some of the Saturday Night Live crews were just meh.
Yeah.
The-
Hey, Grumpus is
The
coming on up to
70s
visit with
and the
us.
80s, those cats were great.
Yeah.
They were insane.
Hey, Grumpus.
Yeah. Hey, Grumpus, what's
I'm
up?
trying to
doing
get
tonight?
the.
Like the Blues Brothers and
There.
Chevy Chase and Dan
Y'all doing
Aykroyd.
good
All those
tonight?
guys.
Yeah, doing great tonight.
Yep.
You didn't watch it either, DJ? I mean, Grumpus?
No, I tried watching it when it first come out. I didn't think it was funny.
Oh, God.
My favorite was either Super Dave.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Well, that was funny. But Mr. Bill, the little clay guy. Oh no, Mr. Bill! Oh.
But for the most part, it just seemed like they were just making fun of people, and it I don't know. It wasn't. It just
They
wasn't. my
kind
cup
of
of tea.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't my cup
Yeah.
of tea.
I
They kind of
mean,
were. But I was in high school and, you know, it was funny to me because I was in high school. And dumb stuff is really funny too.
I think I had just gotten married, so I had other stuff to do.
Right, right.
I was still a kid and
Your evenings were filled with
School.
marital bliss.
Oh yeah,
kind of like
a
ours.
lot of bliss.
Marcel said she loved Mr. Bill. Deep thoughts with Jack Handy.
Right?
And remember the church lady?
Yes.
I love the church lady. And could she say, "Isn't that special?"
It was the shoe.
Well, she played a she. And the guy in the van down by the river, that's the funniest skit on.
Well, that's not the old.
Oh,
stuff.
yes, the Will Ferrell era was great. Look. You know who the best guy was on the whole, from the beginning to the end, from the beginning of Saturday Night Live to now, was Phil Hartman, the one whose wife killed him. Remember?
Yeah.
He was amazing. The cheerleader skits. Oh my God. And remember the lady that says, "I'm 50. I can jump and I can stretch." Sorry, guys. I'm reliving my childhood
Yeah,
here.
because she did that for Halloween one year.
I did. I dressed up like I forget what they named her. What was her name?
Oh hell, I forget.
But I had a red jumpsuit and had my purse, a big old purse, and it was the year I turned 50 that I
I
did
know.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
All of our friends thought you were insane.
Well, it was funny. AF.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was great, but of course you guys don't relate to what I'm saying because you never watched it, and that's okay.
No, I mean,
All this was about the same time that the Dukes of Hazzard and the Incredible Hulk was on too.
And that's true. No.
That time period.
No, the cheerleader skits and Will Ferrell and all that was after that. That was late 90s.
No, I'm talking about the Mr. Bill
and
the,
John
the
Candy.
lady that could stretch.
Yeah, more cowbell. Oh my God. Marcel, did you see the skit with Christopher Walken about the googly eyes? He doesn't trust his plants, so he puts googly eyes on them so he can look them in the eye. And it's hilarious. It is. He's this really neurotic guy, and he's afraid that people are after him or that his plants are after him. And it's so stinking funny. God, it's funny. And it's stupid.
Yeah.
God. You know what I mean? I
You
like
think
stupid
that's
funny.
funny, but you don't like Monty Python?
No,
There's something wrong with you.
that's way stupid funny. I just don't get Monty Python.
Never seen it.
Nothing about that is funny to me.
Love Monty Python.
I know you do. I know you do.
But so does Patrick.
I know Patrick
Patrick loves
does.
Monty Python, and most of your kids.
Yeah, well, the boys.
So you're the oddball out. You're the weirdo.
I guess so. Hand me that jug right there. Let me show y'all what I found.
What,
Well,
you
Poppy
thirsty?
found. Poppy found it for me.
Don't drink.
I
it all
haven't been
at
able
once.
to find this in Walmart for a long time. And Poppy brought me home a gallon of Mr. Clean, y'all. Original scent Mr. Clean.
Original
Wow,
flavor.
he lived to hand it to you.
I know, and I'm so stinking glad. Do y'all know how much I love this scent? I love Mr. Clean. I'm gonna sit here and huff it for the rest of the evening. So, you gonna make me quit?
Yeah, bad dog.
That will last our family probably a year and a half.
Not the way you drink it.
Well, what I do is I pour it in the spray bottle and dilute it half and half. So it'll last a long time.
Yeah.
But I love the smell of Mr. Clean. There ain't nothing like a floor mopped with Mr. Clean. First time I ever watched a Monty Python movie, I thought it was so funny. Like, what the hell? I just sat there doing this. What? What?
Again,
Didn't I?
Mhm.
that's something I have never watched myself. Never watched any Monty Python at all.
Need to watch some Monty Python and some Mel Brooks.
You know
I like
who
Mel Brooks.
you do?
History of the World Part 1, Blazing Saddles.
High Anxiety was one of my favorites.
Was it?
Yeah.
I like comedy movies a lot.
Well, High
And I did-
Anxiety was a satire on all of the Alfred Hitchcock movies.
We're gonna have to watch that. I bet that's good.
All the older Hitchcock movies, High Anxiety had clips from all of those,
Oh
all
well,
those different movies. It was hilarious.
I bet it is. We're gonna have to watch that one.
Okay.
What's the
No,
name of it? High Anxiety. Write that
High
down.
Anxiety.
Text it to us.
no, look.
You know, it's like well, if you haven't seen the Alfred Hitchcock movies, you're not going to get much out
You're
of
not
it.
gonna get it, and I have. I used to
I've
watch them all the
probably seen them all.
time.
But, you know, there one scene where the Alfred Hitchcock movie, the birds,
Oh yeah.
and the birds was attacking that woman.
Uh huh.
Well, he has birds attack him, but they just poop all over him. The whole movie is like that. It's scenes from all the old Alfred Hitchcock.
And like you said, if you haven't watched Alfred Hitchcock movies, you're not going to get it at all.
You're not going to pick up on the subtleness.
Look what Marcel wrote. The dude's running behind making the noises for the horses. See, that's the part
Yeah.
that Poppy
Coconuts.
gets the biggest kick out of. And I'm like, why do they have coconuts in their hands? I don't understand.
Because
I know now.
production.
Poppy, did you see Jabberwocky?
Yes.
What's a Jabberwocky?
That's one of my favorites.
Well, there's a Jabberwocky in Alice in Wonderland.
This is a Monty Python.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know anything about
You
that.
see the lights bright?
When they're tracking down the dragon and he stepped in that dragon shit. It was a
Okay,
pile.
that's fine.
It was
That's
a pile
funny.
about the size of a compact car. The guy says, "I think we're
Oh.
getting close."
See, now talking about it's hilarious, but if I saw it on the TV, I would go, "What?
And Life of
Now,
Brian was a good one.
What, DJ?"
have any of you heard of the cartoon called the Snow S-O S-N-O-R-K-S?
Snort?
Snorks.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
cartoon a long time ago.
Yeah, from the 80s.
What was it about?
It was about these little critters that lived underwater. They had little snorkels, and that's why they're called the snorks. That's how they breathe, with a snorkel out the top of their head.
Yeah.
That would be my daughter's era.
Yeah.
I
that was
mean-
better
I was a Pink Panther and Wile E. Coyote and Jetsons kind of girl.
Yeah, the only reason I bring that up is I was talking to one of my high school friends last night,
Mm-hmm.
and we got into talking about the videos I do, and she asked me, "Have you ever done one on the snows?" And the best way she put it for me is that they're similar to the smokes.
Okay.
Yeah,
The little,
spin off.
yeah, but I did a video on that today, and I thought it was okay, but definitely something I wouldn't have found on my own.
Well, I'll tell you two cartoons that were banned in my house when I had young children.
What?
Bart Simpson, because I
Oh.
hated that little
I,
jerk.
I never did that.
Of course.
Because he taught my children all kinds of stupid stuff that they got spankings for.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other one was the one with Angelica in it.
The Rugrats. Yeah.
Oh my God. I hated the sound of her voice.
Everyone did.
I'm like, turn it off. Do not watch that crap stuff in my house. Do not.
Now, yeah, now
Notice
let
I
me
had a
ask.
few words for that.
Yeah, now let me ask you this, because I think y'all might know what both that I did, but did any of y'all watch the Tracy Ullman show in the 80s?
I remember Tracy Ullman,
I
but
I
I
remember
don't.
the show, but I don't think I watched it.
I
much
wasn't a
in life.
watcher of it. Put it that way.
I remember
Yeah.
watching the
Okay.
Mandrell show.
The Barbara Mandrell,
Yep,
the Mandrell sisters.
that and the Osmonds.
I'm a little bit country.
And yeah,
There's a lot of good
I
variety
used to
shows on
watch
back then.
Sonny and Cher.
Sonny Cher, Glenn Campbell.
Yeah, and the Glenn Campbell show was amazing. And actually, I'll be honest with you. Okay, don't laugh at me, y'all. But my grandma, when I would spend the night at her house, which was usually every weekend, we had to watch Lawrence Welk, and I absolutely loved that show.
I remember having to watch that
I
every
loved the
Sunday.
dancing. I loved the bubbles. I loved the
Mhm.
music. I loved everything about Lawrence Welk when I was a kid.
The Bubble Room.
I loved it. I have cartoons M tries to watch, and I make her turn them off so much. Yes, it's screaming and it's whining and it's asinine children trying to be disrespectful to their parents. And what they really need is a good butt whooping. And if they lived in my house, that's exactly what would happen. But you know
Yeah,
what?
But they're cartoons, honey, so you just
Well, I
turn
would
them
take
off.
that cartoon and pull its britches down and tear its fanny up. That's what I would do.
What if you were the cartoon mom?
No, if it was in my house. Period.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if you saw my Wednesday video at all,
Hmm.
I did talk about how I do miss the old cartoons because
And I've noticed that. I have.
yeah, what's on today, in my opinion, is
It's crap.
yeah, it's complete trash. I mean,
Yeah.
there there has only been a few select cartoons
Hmm.
in the past decade that I have really come into, and I do mean a few.
Well,
If
I'll tell you
you
which cartoon I like to watch. Y'all don't laugh at me.
what?
I really like the Family Guy. But I'm an adult
Okay,
and I can watch I don't let my kids watch the Family Guy.
okay, yeah. Family Guy is good.
Well, it's
That's
adult humor.
yeah,
And, you know,
that's not really one of mine on my list,
right?
but I do like it.
Yeah, I like it. But again, it's the same concept of disrespectful children that I don't care for, but I really like some other aspects of the Family Guy.
Well, I like all the cartoons that come across my phone on my different things. Roadrunner, Bugs Bunny, Yosemite Sam, all that stuff will pop up.
Well, that's back. That's back when when it was actual artwork.
Right,
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Now are just they're so poorly drawn and done in such
Yes,
a hurry
and
that
the pixel or the
watching
rate of
frame rate.
that's it. Thank you. Is so there's such a long space between each picture. And when we were kids, it was like flipping through a book and seeing a motion picture almost.
When we
You
were
know?
kids,
well,
most of that stuff
well,
was done by hand.
Right.
yeah,
Yes, it
that's
was.
what I was about to say because when I used to watch Nickelodeon, they actually had segments of where they would show how to draw the character by
I remember that.
hand.
My daughter used to draw with them.
Yeah, and I mean, today's cartoons are completely computer animated.
Computer
Yeah.
We
generated.
all,
Yep.
yeah, we all know that, but
Look,
you can't be hand animated cartoons. So,
I want to know. Okay, there's two movies I want to see out this summer. Can
okay.
y'all guess what they are?
Top Gun.
No.
No, what?
Magic Mike
Jurassic
Smith.
Park, the new Jurassic Park, and the new
Yeah.
Elvis movie. Those are the two I want to see, and I'm
Okay,
excited about it. I can't wait to see a dinosaur eat some more folks.
okay. The Jurassic World movie I have heard of, I want to see that myself, but I need I need to watch the last one.
Oh, it
Just
was good.
yeah, but one movie that I can't wait to see is out right now, but I'm gonna wait until it's available to stream. It's the new Buzz Lightyear
Oh
movie.
yeah, yeah. And in fact, I can't wait till that comes out on streaming too, because
Yeah.
my grandkids are going to love it.
Got the wrong voice.
What do you mean it's got the wrong voice?
They
Woody
changed the
or
voice actor.
for Woody
Well,
or
For Buzz. For Buzz Lightyear, the movie Buzz Lightyear, that voice actor.
Oh,
well, yeah, because I mean it makes sense to have different voice actors because it's not the same character. I mean, we'll see in the movie that was supposedly the movie Andy thought to want to get a Buzz Lightyear out. I mean,
did you see what Marcel wrote?
yeah, I just read it.
She makes her watch PBS.
Yeah.
Hey, PBS Kids have.
You better be careful, you'll turn her into a liberal.
Whatever.
She'll know all about genders when it's all over.
All
with.
75 of them.
All 190. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
PBS is good. I could
is.
have watched it.
You know, I like their nature shows or their science shows like Nova. Remember that old show, Nova?
It's
I
still
used
on.
to, oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'll be darned. I love that show because it always talked about space and, you know, stuff. To me, it was cool stuff.
Nova is still
Yeah.
so big that the Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts use that programming as a badge.
Really?
You have to watch so many episodes, be able to answer questions on them to even start to qualify for that, and that's also part of the STEM.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
See, now Poppy knows this because he used to be the Cub Master at our local Cub Scout troop. So he's kind of familiar with all those. Look, y'all, my son decided he wants to start Scouts again in the fall when school starts. And I'm kind of tickled. I just don't want him to get in the weirdo group. Because, you know, look, everybody knows some Boy Scout troops are kind of nerdy. And the weirdos hang out there. And but we got one troop of weirdos, and then we got another troop of the cool kids. So I'm gonna let him go in the cool kids troop.
So, like that weird white and nerdy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will say, you know, depending on your high school, if they have a JROTC program,
Yeah.
have him do that because it's a good program.
I'm sure it is. But over my dead body.
And it's not a recruitment program. It's not.
Unfortunately, our school system here is so small. Because there's only 16,000 people in our town. And there's not, they used to share ROTC programs with the school, the county school down the road.
Yeah.
A few miles down the road. Maybe what, 10 miles?
Probably.
Yeah. And they used to share programs. And who was it? They shared band. No, it was, I forget what it was. But anyhow, we had one class a week of ROTC, or the teacher would come over and teach the class at our school and then go back to his school. And, but 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, they backed out, and now we don't have any ROTC in our school system. But I'm okay with that because I don't want my son anywhere near anything that resembles the military in any way, shape, or form.
If I had time, I'd run it.
Well, you don't. And they don't pay you enough.
What are you talking about? They don't pay me at all.
you would get paid if you were a teacher of the ROTC program.
Hey, maybe we should talk to the principal.
No, you should not, because there ain't enough money in it. We'd lose 30 grand a year.
What?
Yeah,
How would I lose 30 grand a year?
trust me, because I know how much a first year teacher makes in Mississippi, and it ain't
Yeah,
much.
but the JROTC teachers are supposed by the military branch.
Disney's gone off the rail.
They have.
They're
I pretty much sidestep anything got Disney's name on it.
they're kind of crazy, but I'll tell you what, that movie Encanto was amazing. I
Yeah.
loved it. There was another movie that was out recently. I can't remember it, but now, Millie was over a few weeks ago, and she said, "Mom, Granny, can I watch that Red movie?" I said, "No, that's a movie you got to watch with your mommy."
Right?
But
When she's
see,
older.
if you hadn't told me, Marcel, what that was all about, I probably would have let her watch it and then been just as shocked as you were. Because she's 5 years old. She don't need to know nothing about none of that.
No.
Not yet. Maybe when she's 9, 10, 11.
15, 32.
20.
But not from a Disney movie. That don't need to come from an outside source. That information comes from me. And I do talk to my girls about that. I've consistently, over the past 36 years, have talked to my girls about changes that happen. And
Now,
Poppy talks to the boys about changes that happen. And we let them know ahead of time so they don't think they're dying in the end,
now,
Especially
Guys
the
don't have
girls.
the issues where they think they're dying.
I know, but especially the girls.
now, I will just say this because it's becoming apparent to me through this
Mm-hmm.
conversation,
Mm-hmm.
but I could definitely tell the age gap between us because if it was me,
Uh-huh.
any kid who wanted to watch that movie, I would be like, okay, let me put it on. I mean,
Would you watch it with your child, or would you just leave them in the living room to watch it all by themselves?
I would let them watch on their own. That's just me. I'm not saying you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you're wrong for
I
what
understand.
you say. It's just how I view it.
And I get that. I get that. Yeah.
You
But
know,
I just feel like that kind of information, that adult talk, should come from a trusted adult, preferably a parent.
You mean
Alright.
talk or talking like a sailor?
The talk.
Oh, I'll leave that up to you, Mom.
And it's not just, in our house, it's not just one talk. It's a bunch of talks.
alright.
It's a part of the, it's part of the vernacular around here.
I never got that talk.
No?
No. Could Poppy call me later?
Yeah,
Oh, God. Grumpus, you almost made me pee my pants. Stop it.
and
Gee.
solid, I will say, like, I'm not political in any way, and
Uh-huh.
I'm not trying to push any political views
Agenda.
when I say what I say. I just
Oh, I know
feel
that's
as
me. I understand.
Yeah.
And I like what you said about it is it's a difference in generations. It's not, I don't think one way is right and one way is wrong. Honestly.
Yeah.
I just think that it should be up to a parent to decide
when it's time.
what's best for their own child and their own family.
Yeah,
That's what
I agree with that wholeheartedly, but
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think one way is right, one way is wrong. I think if a parent's uncomfortable and they need to give their kid a book to read, that's just as good as me sitting mine down saying don't get naked with boys because bad things happen. You know?
yeah.
I mean, it's the same.
You have such an elegant way of putting things, darling.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just tell it like it is. I mean,
yeah, but I mainly say this that way we are not like get it at each other's throats.
oh no, that would never happen, DJ.
Yeah, I
But you know what, sweetheart, I respect your opinion too. Truly. Truly.
Yeah,
and I know that everybody has a different way of doing things. And I'm okay with the way I am. Grumpus, you said it best last night when we were talking. I am a live and let live kind of person. I'm not going to insert myself into somebody else's way of living. As long as it doesn't harm me or my family, do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
You tell me what to do all the time.
Run around naked outside. You know, go be 16 girls if you want to. I don't care.
And Poppy and Columbus, happy Father's Day.
Aww.
Thank you.
That's so nice, DJ. That is so nice. Yeah, happy Father's Day. Grumpus is your 40-year-old.
I bought myself a nice Father's Day.
What kind of present you getting? Let me see.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that
and my birthday.
You got one! Oh my God, that's awesome!
I couldn't sleep for 2 days knowing DJ had one and I didn't.
and you got the exact one I have.
That's great!
Yeah.
Same when you got.
It's an ATIM. Is it ATIM?
No,
it's an ATIM, right?
No, Slim
Isn't
Deck.
it ATIM?
No, it's the Slim Deck.
It's a Stream Deck.
Stream Deck.
What is that?
They can tell you better than I can. I don't have a clue. Go ahead. Summarize it.
It's just it's a unit you can assign functions and activities to a single button.
Yep.
So if you're streaming, and you change cameras or run a banner across, but you can automate all that stuff with a single button. You don't have to mouse and keyboard and all this other stuff.
Yeah, and so
It's just very play pretty.
ATIM is what Kia has.
Right.
That sounds like that'd be pretty cool.
It is cool.
But it sounds like you gotta buy more stuff when you get one of those.
No.
No.
So DJ.
But yeah, I mean, all you really need to learn it is the software.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And each button is a tiny screen.
Yeah.
So you can put whatever icons on it you want. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. I use mine when I edit videos.
That's what I intend to use it for, mostly.
Yeah.
You can use it for editing videos, but you can also use it during streaming.
Well,
Yes.
you basically if you've got a control alt 7,
Right.
assign that to a button. You just hit one button. Or if
Yeah.
if you've got to look over, like right now, if I wanted to look over and change cameras, I got to look over, pick this window, click this camera off. But
Oh, wow.
I could assign 4 or 5 clicks to a single button, and not
Yeah.
even have to look away from the camera to hit it. It just makes
Yeah.
operation a lot smoother. And same way DJ said on editing, if you got a lot of function keys and control keys that you use, you can assign it a single button, and it's just real. It just speeds things up. It's a convenience thing. It's not a necessity,
Right.
but
Yeah.
But it makes things easier on you.
it's a pretty cool little device.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you will be able to hear what I'm about to do. Let me know, okay?
All right.
Entertain people.
They were telling me all about stuff. They're educating me, honey.
Did you hear any sound at all?
No, we didn't hear anything.
That's great. I'm happy for you, Grumpus, because I know you were stressing about DJ having it and not you.
Oh, it was killing me.
I bet it was.
Now you just go like to Best Buy and grab something like that, or do you have to order it, or what?
I ordered this one through Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got to have a decent computer to hook it up to, too.
All it is buttons, so it's not pulling a whole lot of power.
No.
Yeah. But
So it's just USB from your computer to that, and then from that to
Right, and you run some
cameras and audio and everything else.
and you run software. If you've seen some of these guys on the streams that they'll have audience clap, or they'll have somebody
Yeah.
give them a super chat, and there's confetti falls and all this stuff.
yeah.
So that's how Ryan Hall does all those different things. If there's a tornado, and
Yeah.
that the alarm, the
Just assign
colors,
it
and
to a button.
Yeah, I mean, so you know this, but that's how Pia did the baby cry for.
Mm-hmm. And the Carlton dancing.
Well, that one I think, but I don't know. I have to ask her about.
Yeah, ask her about that, because I'm curious. I don't know if you've ever seen one of Pia's live streams, Grumpus, but
I haven't.
in the beginning of it, she has Carlton doing his famous dancing, and it is so funny. I thought it was funny back during the Fresh Prince, and seeing it every week on her channel just makes me giggle.
Well, see, you
And
can
I'm not a giggler.
You can take that file and assign it to the button, and it'll run.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think that's what she has, but I don't know.
I'm gonna
Because
eat your pecan.
Okay.
I do know that Streamlove does support it, so I believe that's what she uses, but
Mhm.
I don't know for sure.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
There's a couple other units out there that are similar, so there's
Uh-huh.
a couple other brands.
Yeah, I mean,
This is the one
I
all
have,
the cool kids use.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm curious.
I've seen some knockoffs which are okay, but Stream Deck is the trusted company.
Oh, they set the bar for
Go with.
everybody else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang, these are good.
Now those big fancy microphones you see, especially at Best Buy or places like that, do you really need those for streaming or no?
You mean that big fancy one he's got in front of his face right there?
One like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I've seen some of them. They're maybe the size of a water bottle. Some of them are just like half that
This
size.
is
Yeah.
bigger size here.
Yeah,
Need
what's
is in the eye of the beholder.
yeah,
Oh,
Wesley,
beautiful.
you don't need that. I mean, I used that for a long time, but all I use is the mic on my headset.
Right,
And
that works for you.
yeah,
See, that's what I would like to have because sometimes when a lot of people are trying to talk, I can't hear that well. My
yeah,
dad told me I'll probably be deaf as a doorknob by time I'm 70.
Well, a lot
Because
of
apparently it's a thing in our family where we all kind of lose our hearing.
yeah,
But I would like because it helps me hear better when I have my headset on.
well, for the most part, the mics that are in the webcams are pretty bad.
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
And
No,
That's
you
one
back
thing
off
I
a
want
little
to
bit.
get. I want to get a webcam. Excuse me. I almost spit peanuts at you guys.
uh,
I want to get a webcam that'll work with my Chromebook or whatever computer I get. But let's answer this question for me. When you do a video with a webcam, would it just be a live stream or would it be other types of videos too? Because I prefer using my phone for my garden.
Usually, it'd be when you're streaming because it's a USB connection.
Oh, I see. I see.
yeah, but
So I could also use a headset like DJ has and a webcam
Yes.
on my Chromebook. Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah, and I would say just because it's what I do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's mainly because of my type of videos,
Mm-hmm.
but I do use a webcam for every shot I
Well,
do.
yeah, that makes sense for somebody who's sitting in one position and commentating on anything. It makes
Yeah,
perfect sense. But because of the nature of my channel, where I'm outside in the garden and I'm walking
yeah,
around, and that makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I'm using
yeah.
a webcam now.
Yeah. What kind is yours?
The one I'm using right now is a Elgato.
I never heard of that.
It's a
Well, Elgato is who makes the Stream Deck.
they're the ones that make the
Oh,
stream. This is their new one out, and I'm really happy with the way it looks.
I like the picture a lot.
Now this one here, that one's my old Logitech.
Okay.
Now,
It
Are
does.
you sunburned?
I had that for years. And then
I am using a Logitech.
You're using Logitech, DJ?
Yeah, and I have had this camera since 2018,
Oh, wow.
and it has worked for me for every single video.
Wow.
Now in the last couple months, I did download the software for it so I could adjust my exposure because, and I will just show you.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
But yeah, give me so good to.
well, this one here is an Elgato. It's called the Face Cam,
Okay.
and
And will it work with any computer?
yeah,
you think?
it's just USB plug.
Okay. Okay.
Now this one does not have a mic built in.
Oh, so you have to get your own.
You'd have to use your
Yeah.
own mic.
Okay.
But like I said, even with the Logitech, I've had that probably 6 years, 7 years maybe. I never used the mic on it.
Uh-huh. How do you
Now,
override that?
You just use this mic as a source instead of that mic as a
Oh,
source.
okay.
So
Yeah,
whatever software you're using, like when in StreamYard, you got your camera settings and your audio settings.
Right.
Well, you pick
DJ,
no,
where'd you go?
you pick
no,
Well,
this
she-
is
Logitech, and then you use, instead of picking the Logitech as the mic, you use the Rhodes as a
That
mic.
thing. Okay.
yeah,
Or
no, this
if
is
you got one on your
what
headphone, it'll be in the list. You just click the one you want to use.
yeah.
Right.
No, this is what I wanted to show you
Turn the light on,
because
DJ. We can't see you.
We can't see you, darling.
I know, and
Oh, okay.
this is part of the demonstration I'm doing.
Oh, okay. He's
But
demo.
but if I have my exposure all the way to the base setting like I do now,
Right.
you can't see me.
Not a damn
And
thing.
I mean, if I crank it all the way up,
Oh!
You look like a flashbang just went off in your room.
You dang sure do.
Look a little
Yeah.
pasty there, brother.
My goodness. You should probably put that closer to the middle. There you go.
yeah, that's why I have the software. That way I'm not too underexposed or
Right.
too overexposed.
Gotcha.
You know, most of
Gotcha.
your webcams that have software let you adjust all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
But when you're
I
doing,
mean-
say, a stream like this, and she and I are sitting side by side, so if she's has earphones, I can't hear.
Right.
But if she's got a kind of mic, maybe like yours, got the fancy box and everything, a good
Still won't work.
Logitech camera, external audio, so we both can hear well. Should she get some kind of external speakers and plug them into the computer?
No, you're going to need to get dual headsets and
Yeah.
patch them in with a Y cord
Right.
because your speakers you'll end up with a sound loop, your feedback.
Oh.
So your
Yeah.
speakers come in through your mic, you come back through your speakers, back through your mic, and that's where you hear that big howl.
Right.
Oh, so it doesn't have any decent voice canceling?
Not here. I mean, where I'm at, my speakers are probably 2 feet from my microphone.
Oh,
Gotcha. Whenever I use this cell phone to do a live stream or any video, actually, well, mostly live streams. If I plug in my mic, because I have one of those little Rode mic minis that I plug into this, and it makes the sound much better.
Oh yeah.
However, whenever I go to invite people up and talk to them,
You have to.
I can't hear a word anybody's saying. Y'all might be able to hear me, but I
Because
can't.
the microphone's canceling the speaker.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure even. The only way to fix that for me is to do a headset that has a mic on it. Or do
Yeah.
it with doing it now with no mic. And look, y'all, let's admit it. I got the biggest mouth this side of Texas. If y'all can't hear me, something's wrong with your hearing.
I hear you with the turn it off.
So,
Yeah.
but I do realize that there's such a thing as better sound and worse sound. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think your audio is more important than the video, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is truly. Because if I can't hear somebody, I'm not going to watch their video because it
Yeah.
irritates.
I mean,
Let's face it, there's plenty of toys out there to waste your money on.
Yeah.
They're not
I
necessary.
mean,
But if you want to up your game, you got to spend just a little bit here and there every once in a while.
Mhm.
yeah, when it comes down to it, you definitely want to invest in audio equally or more as your actual video, because people will forgive poor video
Right.
quality. but if they can't hear you,
Hmm.
forget it.
I mean,
That's
they'll,
right.
they'll watch a grainy video, but if your audio sounds grainy, they're gonna
Oh,
move on down the road.
Oh yeah, I've done that 100 times. If I can't
And
understand what you're saying, I'm out.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
But honestly, I could be wrong about this, y'all. Let me know. But I feel like this phone does a pretty good job
There's nothing wrong with the setup you
of
got now.
with the audio, as
Yeah.
well as, and we did what you suggested last night, and I turned that overhead light off. And what we have right now is the overhead light over here, the incandescent bulb,
Yeah.
and then over here is my light box with the cover thing over it. And I think the lighting
Really
is
soften the light.
way better, way
That really
better.
soften the light, soften the shadows by putting the cover on that light.
Right,
yeah.
right.
It's nice and
Hey,
easy.
I'll be right back on.
Alrighty.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. But I'll get there. I'm experimenting right now with, everything. I don't even know why I didn't start doing this before. I guess I just got really comfortable with what I was doing.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it.
And and that's another thing. I didn't have a lot of complaints.
No,
If I'd have had complaints, I probably would have said, God dang, what am I doing wrong? And tried to figure it out. But I've started noticing that there are a few things that I would like to fix, such as my lighting, and maybe getting a little less. When I listen back to my videos on the editing program, I think I would like to add a little bit of richness to. I can't explain it. I know what I'm listening for.
Yeah, a little bit
Can't
wider
explain it.
spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I will say my lighting may have just got 10 times better. I don't know because
It looks great.
I just turned off my overhead
Okay.
light, and it's one of those yellow light bulbs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Incandescent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, my problem is, DJ, I was telling Grumpus about this last night. In my kitchen, I have a fluorescent light right over where I film, and it puts white spots all over my face. And I don't like it. I hate it. But I didn't know how to fix it.
We're talking about that one right there?
Yeah.
That's LED.
Oh, is it LED?
Bright AF.
Well, I don't
Yeah, but
Getting overexposure.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, what I have is LED as well, and it's good. I mean, hold on, because
Well, that's what I'm using is an LED panel.
Is it? Is
I
it the
got-
one with little tiny lights in it?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
It's,
That's right.
it's
That's right.
dimmable, and you can change the white balance on it. Warmer or cooler.
Mm-hmm.
It's also got colors. I don't know what you need colors for unless you lighten something up behind you.
yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
no, I
Yeah, it does
don't.
real good. I've been real pleased with them.
Yeah, I don't have that with mine, but
That's much clearer.
I
Wipe the
do.
dirt off? Yeah, you just wipe the dirt off. Things get better quick.
Yeah,
I was wondering why
so-
I was looking a little fuzzy and Grumpus was so clear, and I'm like, maybe my lens is a little bit dirty.
There you go.
So,
Greasy
so
blade.
Yeah, honey.
You win
let me ask you this question:
Okay.
How often do you clean your phone?
2 or 3 times a day.
included the camera?
No, well, usually I just wipe the whole screen off because
Yeah, but
I'm doing the forward facing.
yeah, I know.
So, but yeah, the whole screen gets cleaned off.
Yeah, but I mean,
But my hands are all over this phone all the time.
yeah,
Poppy
I
wishes he
mean,
was home.
Yeah.
Poppy said, "Yeah." Oh well.
yeah.
You can make it,
I'm,
Jay.
Well, I think
I'm,
the next
I'm lucky you're not my parents because that would have been a little too awkward if you know. I
Sorry.
mean,
Oh my.
well, I think the next unnecessary purchase I'm going to make is a green screen.
Ooh. See, I thought about doing that because I hate this back here. And I thought about putting some fabric up there and hanging it like a curtain. And I thought about getting a pretty picture. And I thought about decorating the inserts in the thing.
Yeah.
But I don't. Look, I used to be that motivated. Excuse me.
I just
That
want to play
motivated
with
and
it.
creative, but I'm just not anymore. It's like, nah, I don't have time for all that crap.
I just want to play
Yeah.
with it, something else to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will tell you this, fella. If you want a inexpensive green screen, get green, bright green paper.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about, right? Just,
yeah. Like construction paper or poster board or something like that.
yeah, more like construction paper, but
Okay.
A green bed sheet.
yeah, I mean something that's bright green, not
Like a green crayon? That color of green?
Almost like a lime green.
yeah, like a lime green crayon.
But with
Not
more green than yellow.
Well, basically, what you want is something that's got a color in it that you normally wouldn't have in your clothing.
Oh.
Because
yeah,
what you're
like
doing on your camera, you're telling your camera to ignore that color.
yeah,
Oh.
And if you've
like
got the same color in your shirt, that will go away too.
yeah, like there's actually 3 colors I know of that you could do that with.
Okay.
You could do it with green, obviously, blue,
Yeah.
or magenta.
Huh.
So,
Well, I can assure you that lime green is not a color that graces my wardrobe.
okay.
Are we talking about like the same color as the Mr. Clean?
No. More like
No,
this right here.
I wear that color green.
I know.
More like this green. A little
Christmas
bright,
green.
Yeah.
a little brighter.
yeah,
than
yeah.
I wonder if orange would work.
Any
Because I
color
don't wear
I
orange either.
don't.
I like
any
orange.
color will work.
Well, I will say this. If you wear any blue or yellow,
Right.
do not wear it in front of that green screen because
Because blue and yellow are both made with, well, no.
Nine.
Blue is made with yellow and, green is made with yellow and blue.
yes. and you will look like a floating head in your
Yeah.
videos. Ask
Floating
me,
head.
ask, ask me how I know that.
You
Ask
did that. You did that.
multiple times.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, oh my God, what's wrong with my video?
I just think
No,
it would be. I just think it'd be fun to be on live streams and make it look like you're sitting on a beach or up in the mountains in the woods someplace.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
something to play with.
That I agree, Clippers. That's cool, but you don't want to be part of the beach.
That's correct.
Right?
That's
In your
true.
case, honey, of being abducted by aliens.
It'll make it look like your head's buried or your body's buried in the sand all the way up to your head.
Just waiting for high tide to come in.
Because a lot of people
that
don't.
might not be such a bad idea, though.
A lot of
'cause-
people don't realize that you watch the weatherman on TV every night. He's in front of a green screen.
A green
Yeah.
screen,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm.
There was a
Yeah,
weather
you-
girl. She did that one time. She painted her nails the green, the same color as the green screen. So as she was pointing at the different colors, her fingernails were changing colors.
Yeah, it looked like
Oh,
it had,
that's cool.
It was really cool.
she had holes in the end of her fingers.
Yeah.
Here it goes again. It's doing it again, Wesley. See,
Might be time to blow it up.
it is time to blow it up.
Take your computer outside and
I'm gonna shoot it.
put it like at the end of a trebuchet and launch it.
What happens is after my computer's been on for a while on StreamYard, just StreamYard, all the other websites work. But what'll happen is it'll say something went wrong and it'll disconnect from StreamYard.
Mm,
And then I can't get it to work again. And I don't understand. And I can't restart the computer because there's no restart button. It's just sign off. That's it. It's weird.
mm.
I need
You have to do like Chris on Eastwind Farms did with. He hates cilantro, so he had a couple of big bunches of cilantro he stuck on a fence post with some explosives and then shot it with a deer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Boom.
Did a video and had it in slow motion.
Yeah,
You can do that.
We should do that with my computer. Can
Make
you
it go away.
Can you explode it for me?
Wait until the 4th of July and buy some fireworks.
The 4th of July is in like 2 weeks.
There we go. Get a new computer and I can 4th of July that sucker. Make it go everywhere.
Well, I can't buy one until we get back from our trip.
Ooh, I know exactly what would work on that thing.
What?
Some mortars.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head out. I'm grateful, but I will talk to you later.
All right, DJ.
And
Have a good evening. Have a good weekend.
Yep, have a good night.
You too, and yeah, I'm definitely not crazy. Yeah.
No, you're not.
Nope, there's just weird people that like having hamburger pancakes.
No. I swear, Grumpus, it was gross.
Did they eat it? Did you see him eat it?
Yeah, they ate it. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, holy Toledo, I can't
I
believe
wonder if you could put enough flour in that to make like a hamburger bread or something.
Why are you even asking that question? I don't even understand why you would ask
It'd
that.
be like an inside-out cheeseburger or something.
No.
Well, then you would have to
No.
add cheese. You would have to add something to make it rise. So you have to throw some baking powder or baking soda in it.
I'm saying if you can make the loaf with the hamburger in it, then you could just put cheese between two slices of hamburger bread.
Hamburger bread. I guess that's your next video.
No, it ain't.
And his.
Oh. You go ahead and you do that.
And then you can smoke it.
I am kind of intrigued.
Dear
Oh,
God in heaven.
I smoked some meatballs for spaghetti tonight, and they came out beautiful.
How long did it take you to smoke meatballs?
I had them out there for probably, I don't know, 45 minutes.
Restart.
Oh, that's all?
Close all those windows.
I can't close up. You know what? I don't even like you right now.
Yeah. Just saying.
In fact, what I did was I had a, the vegetable grill trays with the perforated hole stuff. I had one of those that I put charcoal in half of it and some small pieces of mesquite on top of it. Put that in my gas grill. I didn't like the gas. I just used the grill and smoked them with that.
I'm sorry, Grumpus. I'm talk to Poppy for a minute.
Her computer's not playing nice, so she's doing the whole StreamYard thing.
Can't contact Gateway. That's BS because I'm contacting it on this.
Well, like I said, you need to shut your computer down, count to 10, fire back up again.
That's usually what it takes.
I hate this thing. I absolutely.
Is it the computer or are you losing your signal?
I can't be losing a signal.
It just said no internet, so you lost your signal.
Wesley, I can't be losing a signal.
Why not?
We have freaking
Fiber?
fiber.
Nothing's perfect, honey.
That don't mean you can't
My
connect.
fiber's perfect.
No, it ain't. There's no such thing as perfect anything.
Well, shh.
I'm
No,
going off.
Now on your phone, are you using your Wi-Fi on your phone, or are you?
Oh, hell if I know. I don't even know right now. I'll tell you in a second. Let's see. Well, I'm not sure because I got them both on. I have no idea, but I ain't touching it because it'll mess something up if I do. See, it says can't be reached. Running connectivity diagnosis. Turn yours onto just Wi-Fi. Is it on just Wi-Fi right now?
Yeah, it's running off the house's Wi-Fi.
His is doing fine. You know what? You suck. You suck, and I can't wait until I can blow your butt up. But right now, right now I can't blow it up
No, you cannot.
until I can get a new one. And if I didn't have to go on this baby trip, I could promise you I would have a new one. But I have to go on this trip.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it, Wesley. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
I already thrown my 2 cents worth out there. You ignored it, so.
I don't want to hear your 2 cents worth because it's something we got to do.
Mm-hmm. Put your butt on an airplane.
I ain't flying nowhere. I'd rather stick needles in my eyes than fly anywhere. I don't like to fly, no.
Drive you over.
Do you remember the trip back from Las Vegas?
You were drunk.
I was high as a kite off of, oh Lord. My daughter gave me some of her anxiety medicine because I don't do airplanes very well at all. And apparently, I don't know what I was doing, but my other daughter, not the one that got married, but the one that flew back with us, she was the matron of honor. And she told me I was high and over there just talking to myself and laughing at myself and trying to eat her food off of her plate and all kinds of crap. And I'm like, I don't remember that. She said, because you were high, Mom. But I don't know what kind of medicine she gave me, but it was only, she asked me, how many of them damn pills did you take? I said, 1. That's all I needed, I guess. But that's all I took was 1.
Did you mix it with a little alcohol?
No, not that time. No. Now, on the way there, we got roasted on Bloody Marys.
Oh, yeah, we drank Bloody Marys everywhere we went.
I drank Bloody Marys through every airport I walked through.
And in the airplane.
And in the airplane. By the time I got to the Stratosphere Hotel, I couldn't even feel my feet.
Which was good though, because after we finally got checked in, we went downstairs, got some good food,
Yeah.
and then drank more.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
All I remember is watching those people jump off that damn roof.
No,
And
we
that
didn't.
was pretty amazing.
No, remember we had to do the whole bachelor or
I hated
guy
that.
thing, that stupid
Mm.
crap.
But we did go down to Fremont Street. And that was a shit show.
That was different.
I
Did
never
you-
seen anything like that in my life.
Did you eat at a restaurant at the top of the Stratosphere?
No, but I rode the roller coaster on the top of the Stratosphere. That was fun.
You're not going to get me on that.
That was so fun. It was a lot of fun.
In Vegas to get me on that thing.
You're right. I didn't get on it either.
Poppy doesn't care for roller coasters.
No, I was tainted as a child. I was on a roller coaster at a county type fair, and I watched a bolt fall out of the cart I was in.
Yeah, I don't do the county stuff.
No,
Those temporary things, no. And I love roller coasters,
I do too.
but I'm not
Well, I
going to
didn't
do
until
it.
that day.
No.
After, I won't do it.
Me and my brother used to ride roller coasters together our whole childhood, and it's such good memories for me. Every time and if I see a roller coaster, I'm getting on it. I just love them. What's the last one we got on? Was that Space
Phoenix.
Mountain?
Did you ride the one in New York? New York?
I've never been to New York.
No, this is on the Vegas Strip, the hotel, New York.
No, I didn't. Mm-mm.
They got one
I
that
didn't
goes
know they had
outside
one.
and inside.
Huh. Well, see, let me give you my synopsis of Las Vegas. Okay. Too many lights, too many people, too much noise, sensory overload. I'm in a coma. Period. I couldn't handle it. It's just too much for me. I
Yeah,
don't
but she
know
didn't
if
say
it's,
no to the buffets or the Bloody Marys, though.
no. And what was that hamburger joint we went to? God, that
It
was
was the
good.
one at the bottom of the stratosphere. It was downstairs in the stratosphere.
Was it?
And they had phenomenal burgers and a great
Oh, they did.
breakfast.
And my favorite part of the whole trip was I got to walk into a real Tiffany store.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. It was amazing. I loved it. Every second of it.
That was
And-
probably the Caesar's Mall, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep. That's where it was. Was it that one or the Bellagio?
We saw both of them. We went to the Bellagio.
And we got cigars from that same area. There was
area.
a cigar shop.
Yeah.
And we decided to go in there and get cigars for after my daughter got married.
Yep.
And after she got married, we all go back to the hotel and we're in the bar. And me and Poppy are sitting there in our dressy clothes and we lit up cigars and drank a glass of scotch and said, the fat lady sang, she's all yours.
You can't give her back. All the younger people were doing their stupid crap, and she and I just got up and walked away.
We walked away and like, bye. We thought we were doing this until they moved here.
Yeah.
And now
Down
every time
the
there's
street.
a crisis, we're over there.
Or they're over here.
Or they're over here. You know, I feel really bad because my daughter, apparently, she's not feeling very well.
Hockey puck.
What do you mean hockey puck?
Talking about Erica, right?
Yeah.
You know where she was when I was over there picking up the drills and junk?
Where?
In the backyard with the neighbors playing
Are you freaking
cornhole
kidding me?
drinking. So
I called her earlier,
you've been
and
Shanghai.
she was laying down, coughing. Her nose sounded terrible, like to, you know. I said, my God, you sound terrible. What's the matter? She said, Mama, I just haven't been feeling good.
She was only doing like this. She squeezed
She probably wanted,
I really don't feel good.
what she probably wanted me to do is come get the kids and let them stay here all day tomorrow so they could go celebrate Father's Day without their kids.
Did it sound like I can't go to school today?
Like she did when she was 13 and didn't want to go to school.
Oh my God. No, she actually really sounded like she had like
Well,
a summer cold or
She
something.
has been miraculously been cured.
Well, now she did say she was taking an Advil sinus. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
Just saying.
I'm still throwing the flag.
The BS flag.
Yep. If you feel that crap, you ain't gonna be outside.
I
in this-
wouldn't.
This weather, playing cornhole.
Mm-mm.
No.
It was hot today, wasn't it?
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Tell me about it.
I went out about 9 o'clock this morning. Didn't come in till almost 10 o'clock.
She woke me up bright and early so I could get out in the yard.
Your son woke you up.
Yeah, by the orders of
No, I didn't tell him to.
the Beastmaster here.
I swear to God, I didn't tell him to.
Uh-huh. But I was out
Rumpus,
there.
did you hear me say that my son earlier in the live stream? He got up at 5 o'clock this morning
I
and
was
come
here.
out and cook pancakes and bacon for his daddy.
I was here when he got up.
Oh, that's right. That's
because,
right.
because knowing the Beastmaster here was going to put me out in the yard all day.
I thought it was so sweet of him to do that. I was like shocked. But
Yeah,
he did. And Puppy got up and he was really he was
I was a turd.
He was a jerk because nobody made coffee. We just made breakfast. We didn't make coffee. Silly us.
Yes.
And I told you,
After 21 years, you ought to know how to make coffee at least once or twice a year.
I told you, you're better at it than I am. So you're the coffee maker. But yeah, he had his coffee and then they got dressed and did Murphy go outside with you? I told Murphy his job was to help you.
He put cold water in the refrigerator for me so it wouldn't die. She goes and takes a nap.
I went to bed.
She's taking a nap. The boys chilling out in the AC, and I go outside and try to get a heat stroke again.
Well, I didn't even go to bed last night. I laid down in a recliner for 2 or 3 hours and was back up again at 8 o'clock this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Partying and drinking or what?
No, we were all on a live stream with Marcel last night.
Oh, okay.
I spent the night with your wife.
Oh,
Oh God.
again?
Shush. Shush, Grumpus. Don't say that. Oh my Lord. I feel like I did something wrong now. Shit.
I feel so dirty.
Oh my God. Oh.
Looks pretty nasty clean for you, honey.
Okay. Oh.
Drink some, wash with the rest.
Okay. But Bobby was out there all day. But what he would do is he'd go out for a little while and then he'd come back in. And then he'd go out there and he'd come back in.
Mm-hmm.
But he got so much done in the garden. He got all of my tomato bushes pulled out. He got them all the ones that were salvageable with tomatoes on them. He hung them up. And we hang them upside down so that they have time to ripen. And what else did you do? You cleaned out those beds.
All the
1,
beans.
2, 3, 4 beds have been cleaned out. And I'm tickled because
I'm glad somebody
I think there's only one more bed that needs to be cleaned out. And all we have to do is take 2 cucumber plants out of it and pull weeds. And that's it. I can do that at night.
I got most of the weed eating done, and then I had to did some other stuff. And I was walking back outside. She looks at her phone. She's like, "Honey, it's 105 out there with the feels like temperature." I said, "Well, good. It's gone down 2 degrees."
I did it all day. I rehung two fence gates
Yeah.
and trimmed up some hedges that needed to be trimmed up. Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah.
I took several breaks.
It's supposed to be even hotter next week.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Did
You're
you?
talking about the real temperature, not the feel like the real temperature.
I do better.
Like 98, 99, and 100 here.
I do better if I just stay out and just take a break. If I run in and out all the time, that's
Messes with you?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, back in the late 90s, I had a heat stroke when I was in the Navy, and that's ruined me. I have to take breaks, and I got to get cool or I will die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or at least I'll end up in
Listen,
the stinking hospital
Did you
again.
see what Marcel said? Evan told me y'all were still on when he got up at 4:30. I put a sticky note on the computer so he wouldn't shut it. I
Well, it
was
was after-
sitting on the couch next to the computer. Luckily, I remembered to mute myself. Marcel, that's awesome.
So who started the shenanigans last night anyway?
Marcel did. Marcel, it's all your fault.
So you start the shenanigans and then go to sleep?
Yeah, she did.
It was after 5 when we finally
Yeah.
signed off.
I think I left. It was 5:03.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I know when I went to bed and I fell asleep, she was beside me. I'm like,
Yeah,
and then I wake up at 4:00 in the morning. I'm like, where
I
did she go?
Look, I was this close to being asleep, and I heard my phone go ding, and I'm like, who the hell? And I opened one eye. I picked it up, and I was, oh shit, Marcel needs somebody to hang out with. So I come out here in the living room or the kitchen. I had to get myself dressed and brush my hair, and I'm like,
You're
holy
in the bed, ready to.
I was
ready
just
to pass
about
out.
asleep. But
Well,
I got
Marcel, you
up.
hung in there pretty good.
Yeah. But it was fun. We had a lot of fun.
We solved a lot of the world's problems, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
I think by the time you guys woke up and got started, I wouldn't have woke up.
No, there's no way you'd have woken
I
up.
was gone to the world, and it had just been so hot in the shop this
Mhm.
week. It's dumb.
Mhm.
But they did buy the shop did buy another big dumb fan. It's like those big 46-inch fans.
Mhm.
So now you got one each in the shop blowing in. So
Oh, good. I mean, not that it. My dad said the other day, because I told him, I said, Dad, all it does is blow around hot air.
yeah,
And he said, if you think it doesn't work, turn them off.
Yeah.
That's what he
Oh.
said.
I'm trust me, I know they work. There's been a few times over the years I've had to go rescue vehicles that are in a parking lot somewhere with no comms at all, and they
Mhm.
usually find a nice gravel parking lot for me.
Mhm.
And the problem is under the car.
Yeah. So you're laying in gravel trying to fix a car.
Yeah.
Come
and
on,
it's
come on,
typically
Marcel, come hang out with us.
June, July, and August, so it's hot AF, and I'm under a car.
He
So-
said her husband has been wiped out too, working in the hangar. Miserable heat in jeans and boots too. Yeah, it's been
Oh,
bad.
Yeah, I definitely
box-
feel this pain because I've been in the exact same position.
I got a box fan and a blower on my deck because I got a cover over it,
Mhm.
and I take it. I work 20 minutes and take an hour and a half break.
Yeah, why not? I know one thing. If I go out there and sit for too long or work for too long, I'm gonna die
Sit
because
for
I
too long.
can't. I can't take this heat. I just can't.
Why?
I don't know.
You're a Southern girl. You're born and raised in Florida. You should be able to just hard charger. Get it done.
No. My goal is to get us a camper. And when it gets this hot, when we're old, or you're retired, or you have enough vacation, we're getting the hell out of Dodge during these hot weeks. We're gonna go north.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the mountains of Colorado and freeze in July.
I'm not
That's
sure if
what
that
we're doing.
happens.
Well, I don't know if it does or not. Where can you go and freeze in the middle of July?
Nova Scotia?
Joe Everett Barbecue, he's in Indianapolis, and they were pushing 100 there a couple of days ago.
That's what I heard. That Indiana. Well, my mother-in-law lives in Richmond, Indiana,
Yeah.
and they're heating to death over there too.
But how hot is heating to death up there?
Look, it can get damn hot in Indiana. I've been
Really?
there. Yes.
It'd get in upper 90s a lot of times in the summer.
Yeah, and it can get humidity. I even sweat when I was up there when I was
In
13.
Indiana?
Yes, sir.
You got
I'm
all
not
that moisture-
playing.
you got all that moisture coming down off the Great Lakes.
Oh, that's right.
Mm.
Because the last time I was way north, I was in Alpena, Michigan. There's a small Air National Guard base up there, and we went in early spring, and it was still. I was waking up, and it was in the teens.
Where?
Alpena, Michigan.
Oh yeah.
When I had to go do all those radios for the Air National Guard.
When did you do that? What month was that?
It was early spring. I can't remember what month. It was years
Well,
ago.
of course it was cold.
Cold.
I mean,
it
that's
was freezing.
4 years of my life in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll get hot and humid, but it doesn't go on for months and months and months like it does down here.
No. No.
What do you get? Like maybe 2 month, maybe 2 months max of cold or of hot up there.
It's hot in July and August.
Just 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's about all we get. Well,
So you lie.
3 months.
I can remember starting school. It was always the week. It was always right after Labor Day, and I can remember starting school in a flannel, long sleeve flannel shirt,
And a jacket.
and that's in September.
Yeah. In Virginia, it was that way in Virginia too.
I remember going to Indianapolis 500-mile race, and that's at the end of May, and you'd need a windbreaker.
Yep.
So it was cold a lot.
I will never forget the first time I went to Virginia. My girlfriend had 2 kids, and her husband was out to sea. She went up to Virginia to visit her parents. Well, at the end of her trip, she asked me if I would fly up there and drive back with her so she wouldn't be alone with the 2 kids. I said, I was 18 years old. I didn't have nothing better to do. Sure, I'll do that. So I got on a plane. I flew an hour up to Virginia with a Mickey Mouse t-shirt on and a pair of jeans. Walked off that airplane and nearly froze my frigid little behind to death. The wind was blowing 9,000 miles an hour, and it was cold. So I get inside the airport, and I was shaking. I was shivering everywhere, and I looked at her, and I said, Darlene, it's really good to see you, but do you have a jacket? And she did. She had a jacket, and I was able to put that on. But, man, I nearly froze. It was the end of August when I made that trip.
Yeah.
Now, when we lived there, it wasn't like that.
No, it wasn't.
And I don't know why. Climate change, call it what you want to.
It might be like that right now. You don't know.
When she was a kid, she used to tell me all the time they would walk knee deep in snow to school.
No, I
Go
did.
both ways?
No. But when we lived there, we only got snow. The deepest snow we ever got in the 9 years we were there was 11 inches. And that was the first year we were there. I had never seen snow in my life. I had never seen sleet. I had never seen leaves fall off the trees.
Oh, I remember that. Great.
I said,
Man,
honey, what?
We'd walk to grade school, and it'd be snow up to our knees.
Yeah, that's crazy. And now, it did snow a few other times that we lived there, but not to that degree. It was like 2 or 3 inches, and then it would be done. And I liked that. Because it was only 2 or 3 times a year it would happen. So funny. I went to work one day, and the boss, it was a new job. And the boss called me in the office and said, look, we need to go over some paperwork, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay. So I'm sitting there listening, signing papers for insurance and all that kind of stuff. And he looked at me, he goes, well, he said, let's talk about the snow day policy. And I looked at him and I said, okay. He says, where'd you say you're from? I said, I'm from Florida. He said, your policy is stay the hell home.
Don't get on the road.
I said, well, I can live with that.
Yeah.
I said, yep, you always started school in September. We did. We started, well, that's not true. We did when we were in elementary school. And then when I got to middle school, they changed it to the end of August. And my kids here are starting school this year, August the 4th.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was
They
always
start the first week of August every year. Since Violet was a tiny little girl. And you know what's so funny is when she was born, her birthday's August 7th. And I thought, oh, she's such a lucky little girl because she'll never have to go to school on her birthday. we moved down here, and that poor child has had to go to school every single stinking birthday of her life.
Jinxed her.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, I think we used to get out the first week in June when we got out.
Right, we did too. In fact, I graduated on June the 8th. But, well, it would have been June 7th, but there was a tornado watch, and we didn't have enclosed accommodations. We had to graduate in the football stadium.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
If I remember right, there's a couple of years we got out early because we didn't use up all the snow days that they had factored into the year.
Oh, that's fun. That was always a special treat. I'm sure. Man, I tell you what, if my kids got out, well, I'll tell you what happened this year. My son, they sent home a paper like the week before school got out and said, if you have your computer and you have all your fees paid and you have something else done, I forget, you'll be exempt from exams and your last day of school will be whatever date it was. So I made sure he had all that done and he didn't have to go to school. So the last 2 days of school for Violet, her brother got to stay home.
Yeah.
And she was mad as a hornet.
Yeah, she was. That's not fair.
I said, life ain't fair. Get used to it now. You're almost a senior in high school.
Right?
Sooner you figure it out, the better off you'll be. Mm-mm-mm. I'll tell you what. That kid, I need to start letting her do more stuff.
You mean like on her own?
Yeah. Yeah.
You probably both need that.
Do what?
Probably both need that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't know why it's so scary now. I really don't.
Because the world's changed. It's not like it was when we were kids, and it's not like it was when our little ones were kids.
You mean our big ones?
Yeah.
Here, would you get me some tea while you're up?
Yeah, no.
I know the world has changed, but I know that she has a good head on her shoulders for the most part. And I also know that she's not one of those kids that looks for trouble.
No, it's all the other buttholes that worry
You
about
know? But it's not her that I'm worried about. It's all the other idiots out there that I worry about. And she's been so protected her whole life. I don't think that I have enforced the everybody who smiles at you is not your friend theory. And that's something I need to fix. Because she's got to be aware all the time that there are people.
Right now, while she's still living at home, is for her to get exposed to that a little bit at a time. Because just like a mother hen, and the chicks run off and they run back to her real quick.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, it's she's going to be going to school and she's going to be on her own. She's not going to have anybody to run back to.
She ain't going to have mama there. Grumpus, I'm scared to death when I send her off to college. She ain't going to be able to wake herself up to get to class. She's never woke up to an alarm clock in her life.
That's something she's going to have to.
I started waking up to an alarm clock when I was in the 4th grade. I woke myself up for school every morning. I got myself dressed and I got my brothers out of bed and I said, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And we all walked to the bus stop together. We didn't have no parents at home.
I think I was 5th grade when I got my first paper route, and I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and deliver papers.
Oh my God. In the 5th grade?
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, you got me beat. I started working when I was 13.
Yeah. Better let her start waking up to it. That's what's going to happen. We've got to buy her I want to get her one of them old-fashioned alarm clocks that has bells on top that goes clang, 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 clang.
Well, I bought her a digital alarm clock. Guess where it is?
Huh.
Something without a
rolled up, stuck in Murphy's closet in his drawer.
We'll go get it. But yeah, I always go in there and wake her up for school. I make breakfast for her every morning if she wants it. I do all the things I was supposed to do, but I forgot to let her do something. You know? And I'm kind of ashamed of myself for that. But she was my baby girl, and I was just trying to do the right thing. But I didn't.
So you wake up with her and make her breakfast,
Uh-huh.
but you don't wake up with me?
Tell-
You're a grown ass man. You can make your own damn breakfast. You know where the refrigerator is.
Huh.
I have to tell my wife that every once in a while I have to remind her that her need to be needed is not doing her kids any favors on trying to grow up and be on their own.
You're right. You're right. And I feel that because
But see, just switch your needs to the kids to me, honey.
okay.
Think you might be kind of a jerk there, honey.
Okay. We'll do that when nobody's in the house anymore. We'll even walk around the house naked if you want to. I don't care. But not in front of kids.
That'd be yucky. Oh, definitely not.
Don't fry no bacon.
Right? Don't fry bacon in the buff.
Nope.
Bad idea.
Burn your body parts.
Well, I'll just be glad when the whole transition period's over. That's what I'll be glad for. Because I know there's going to be a transition period for both of us. And it's probably going to be in this year and next year.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'll just be really glad when that whole transition is done and I can look at her and say, you did it. Go off. Go.
You start working on them calluses now.
What call?
No,
What
no, no.
call?
I mean, as far as turning loose and doing things.
Yeah. Well, like the other day, she went on her date. She went to the Walmart by herself. She got to go apply for a job by herself last week. She went to her sister's house, drove herself there by herself. What else did she do by herself?
I don't know. I'm going to work all day. I don't know.
No, I called you and told you.
Not all of it.
Well, no, not all
Like
of
driving
it.
to her sister's house by herself and coming back home.
Well-
I didn't know about that.
Oh. Well. But usually what'll happen is I'll let her do something and then I call him in a panic going, oh my God, what did I just do? I let her go to the store. So instead of calling her and saying, turn around and come back, I call him and say, help me. This is not good. Help me.
Through this.
So he'll talk me through it, till I calm down. But, and she's not scared. She's excited. She wants to get the hell out of. Did you see the picture? You didn't see it. I posted a picture of her on Facebook yesterday, and I thought it might transfer to Instagram too. I'll have to post it on Instagram. Beautiful picture of her. And she was so happy because I was letting her drive on her date. And I said, okay, let me take a picture of you before your date because you look so pretty and I just want a picture of your first date. I mean, it's her first real date, like by herself, And she wanted to hem and haw around about it. And I said, sit your butt down and let me take a picture of you. Let me be your mother for one more year. And so she did, and she cooperated, and I got a really great picture of her. And she says, do not post that on Facebook. I said, I'm going to post it on Facebook so her grandparents can see her,
Yeah.
She goes, well, just don't tell anybody it's my first date. That's embarrassing, Mom. I said, why is it embarrassing? She said, I'm almost 17. Yeah. My dad said something to me a long time ago when my first daughter was 16. And my daughter, my first daughter was always boy crazy, just boy crazy. And she was so excited that she was 16 because apparently that was the normal age that everybody went to go date. Okay. That was just the accepted unspoken rule of being 16 was that you could date. Well, apparently my daughter had never lived in my house before.
She missed the memo.
She missed. Yeah. So I talked to my dad and I said, Dad, I got a dilemma. I said, because she wants to go on a date with this boy and I don't want her to go, but she is 16 and she can drive, and why shouldn't I let her go? He said, you shouldn't let her go. He said, let me tell you something. You have this baby girl and you take care of her and you protect her and you care for her whole life. And then the day she turns 16, you're going to stick her in the car with a boy? He said, how stupid does that sound? I said, that sounds real stupid, and I'm not doing that.
I don't think I dated till I was 17.
Really? I didn't date till I was 18.
Well, I didn't have a running car until I was 17. I sure wasn't gonna let my mom haul me around on a
Right.
date.
Well, see, her boyfriend will let his mama haul them around. But I'll tell you what he did. Yesterday, he had his mama take him to the restaurant. She left him there. He paid for everything. Then he went to the Walmart with her.
How'd it get there?
His mama took him. She sat in the car. They walked into the Walmart. And then Violet got in her car and came home.
With ice cream.
Was I? Oh no, that was today. I don't even know how this happened. But
It must be.
what?
If you got her ice cream, must be serious.
That's what I'm talking about. I hope not. But he called her this morning. And he said, what kind of ice cream do you want? Because, she's feeling girly.
Hormonal.
And apparently she told him she was feeling real girly. And he says, well, I'll go get you some ice cream. What kind of ice cream do you want? She said, I want cookies and cream. And he said, okay, I'll go get you some. Well, apparently, while she was over at her sister's house playing some kind of game with my son-in-law and his little group of friends, the boyfriend dropped off the ice cream to her at her sister's house because he knows where she lives. And she brought it home with her from her sister's house. Look what I got, Mom. Look what I got. Oh, hey, that's kind of cool.
Yay, lactate ice cream. Yum.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Violet is lactose intolerant, so it messes her stomach up really, really bad if she drinks milk or eats cheese and all that stuff. He got her lactose-free ice cream.
Wow.
I'm like, what kind of guy does that?
But also, not in Violet's defense, when she does it right. She's like, I want a large shake and I want a large
She does.
stick. And I'm like, can you back off on the dairy just a tiny bit? No, Dad, it's serious. I'm like, okay.
That's what she craves when she gets like food cravings. She craves cheese and mac and cheese, any kind of cheese. She loves it. Chocolate milk. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a disaster. You're going to be sick for 2 days.
That's what you can do. You can put the cheese on those hamburger pancakes.
Oh, it was really sweet, wasn't it, Marcel? I was, I've always been really impressed with this young man, and I know he just wants in her pants, okay? I know that.
That's why I'm like, he's a boy, but.
My dad said one time when my oldest daughter got her a boyfriend, and I said, Dad, I think she was probably about 13 or 14. I was talking to my dad. I said, Dad, she's got her a little boyfriend, and he's just the nicest boy. And he goes, no, he's not. I said, well, what makes you say it's not? You ain't never met him. He says, does he have a penis? I guess he does. Then he ain't nice.
Ain't nothing nice about him.
He just wants in her pants. I was one of them boys once. I wasn't nice either. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you're here.
Right? Apparently, I was a first timer.
Oh, wow.
That's what Dad told me. He said, it only takes once. You're proof. Sorry, Dad. Sorry. But,
So you are the first rodeo.
yeah, I'm the first rodeo. But, you know, and that was back in the 60s when that was not cool. Both my parents they got married. They had to quit school because you couldn't go to school and be married back then. It was too adult, I guess. I don't know.
Same way with my wife. I mean, she got knocked up, and I think she was 16. So she didn't get to finish her senior year.
Yeah, that's the way my parents were. Both of them had to get jobs, and well, he got a job.
She finally got her GED, but she didn't get to walk
Yeah,
with the
they
class.
They actually, both of them went back to night school. My grandma watched us, and they went to adult high school at night, and they actually had diplomas, which was not. I mean, a GED is a diploma.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different, you know, because they didn't just take the test. They went to the school and got the credits, basically.
Excuse me.
Okay, y'all have to hit the hay. Oh, she's got to hit the hay. Have to get up kind of early tomorrow. I guess I'll make a cake for Father's Day. You don't sound like you're really excited about that, Marcel. You know what? I'm not having to make anything tomorrow for Father's Day except for dinner because Violet's going to do it because she's the daughter. He's her dad, not my dad.
That's
and
exactly
I paid
right.
for all the goodies so she can make the cake.
I'm just wondering how you're going to do a angel food cake in a loaf pan. How are you going to go like this to the loaf pan?
You turn it on its side.
Oh, so it's going to be like,
It'll be
it's going
fine.
to be crooked.
No, it won't. It'll be fine. Trust me.
Have you ever made one on the side?
Yes.
Strawberry.
And I also have an old wine bottle to stick the funnel cake on too. Or
We saved that one on purpose just for.
I know. Y'all, if you don't know this, okay, when you make an angel food cake, use a wine bottle and turn the pot up or the pan with the hole in it upside down on top of the wine bottle and let it sit there. That's perfect stand for your angel food to dry. I mean, cool off. Yeah.
So you
Brought
cool
to
it
you
off.
by the Gulf Coast Granny, always frugal.
So is it cake side up in the pan on the bottom?
No, upside down. Upside
It
down.
doesn't fall out.
No.
Angel food cake has to do it that way because if you don't do it that way, when it cools, it'll go from being thick and fluffy to like this.
It'll fall.
It'll be a hockey puck of a cake.
That's how I'll screw up my diet tomorrow. Oh my God. Strawberry crunch cake. You think you could mail one of them to Mississippi? Because that
I don't
sounds
do
good.
the on that.
Look, you just did a hop, skip, and a jump from Grumpus's house.
I could hop and skip in there for a big piece of that.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. Truly. Well, take care of yourself, Marcel, and I hope you enjoyed the day tomorrow with your husband. And if not, just get in the car and make a road trip to Mississippi. We'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, take it.
Yes. I think, you know what? We ought to go to bed because I'm tired. Are you tired, Grumpus? You were up late last night.
I got 3 hours of sleep.
I hope thanks. Okay, you'll bring the cake too. Okay, that's the deal. I'm sure your husband will enjoy it. Y'all have a great day.
I know I'm going to crash soon because I've been out in the yard with the sun just sucking it right out of me.
I
That's what
took
I'm
cat
doing.
naps today. Just little cat naps.
This turd right here, she got up like around 1:30, 2 o'clock.
It was not.
Hockey puck.
Was it?
Yes. So from about 8 or so to 1:30, 2 o'clock, she stumbles out of the bathroom, talks to a daughter, goes to the head, shoves some food down her throat, goes right back to the bed.
How did I stumble out of the bathroom, talk to the daughter, and then stumble
No.
back in the bath?
Yeah, because I don't know, she's weird.
Well,
Good night,
I
Marcel.
was tired today.
After 2 naps, I don't know how you're tired.
I'm tired now.
Because the other nap was good another 2-3 hours.
Well, I had a glass of wine too. So that's
Last night or tonight?
tonight.
Okay.
I didn't have any last night. I didn't have nothing but what I drank last night? Tea.
I don't know what you were drinking.
It wasn't alcoholic, whatever
No
it
liquor?
was. No, it was tea. Yeah. So anyhow, have a great Father's Day tomorrow, Grumpus.
You too, Poppy.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you again soon, okay? Because I'm going to bed. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, everybody that's a dad, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's
I like
Day.
it on the way out.
Bye bye.
See ya.